not have echo. Thank you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Good.
See.
Getting to Roll20 and logging in.
Logging in is a good thing.
Okay. I think that was what I was thinking. I was like, wait, I have 20 XP I have not spent, but I think I had a purpose for that.
If you have the XP, I would suggest that's just me.
But I'm saving for expensive talents.
I was going to say, I need 5 more to be next to my dedication.
I definitely need to spend more.
So Anea and Duncan won't be joining us tonight.
See how they are.
Did you say will or won't?
Won't.
Okay.
But don't worry, I've improvised a great story element for why.
Sure you have.
Okay, so let's see. 20 on my 4th pip of computers.
So you're definitely spending time in hacking simulations. As I recently today discovered that the U.S. military considers it ethical hacking. I didn't know that was the term that they use, but that's what they use for it, is ethical hacking.
Well,
yeah,
sure.
that's a it was a fight between that and white hats, and that just never caught on.
I miss the old black hat hacker days.
I've been in Vegas during that convention before.
Did you play Spot the Fed?
No, we were too busy with Sony SOE Live. So.
Oh, okay. And then I want to do something with one of my talent trees, but I don't know what. Let's see what's next.
There's lots of juicy good things on the talent tree.
Do I have pilot?
As now all of a sudden Kay's thinking it's a really good idea to maybe put a point in pilot.
Actually, I have 2 points in pilot. I actually can fly. I'm thinking about taking full throttle. But I think that there's just... Yeah, hold on, let me read exactly what that is. Not full throttle, something else.
Decisions. How to spend those points.
Yep. So anybody watched Sweet Tooth yet?
I have not. The wife has been loving it.
Okay, I want to spend 15
intriguing.
points. Oh, wait.
I was going to say, you can spend all the points, but I'm totally biased.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, that's why I'm having problems.
What's wrong?
I don't have the sleeper agent talent tree. It got copied over. Somehow.
Say what? Do you have the link to it?
Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, there it is. Oh, when I scroll, it scrolls between pictures. I hate that.
Ew.
I want to magnify. Not that much. Yeah, I want to spend 15 points for analyzed data from the sleeper agent tree.
Ooh, that's a good one. That totally sounds like something Kay would do.
Right. So Kelly's been watching it, but you haven't been?
Yeah, she started watching it before me, but she's not done yet. So I want to wait for her to finish before I start doing it, so it doesn't start messing up our shared account. Because she didn't make a login for herself, even though I totally have one called Netflix Party that she's supposed to use as the backup, but she totally just uses my account. And we've discovered from previously not watching together shows where the person who watches it last is back where it stops at.
Right.
And then there's that whole, where was I last on an episode?
Yeah. It's I binged through it. I've unfortunately got to the end already, so but it's intriguing.
I mean, I'm hoping it's good. I mean, if it's based on the comic book, right, it should be great.
No, I'm not familiar with the comic book, but yeah, no, it was good. Oh, that's interesting. There was a comic book for it, though.
Yeah, it's another one of those good ones that, based on a comic book, makes for a good show.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of that.
Yep.
I'm not a huge fan when it's based on a comic book and they make a bad show out of it.
Well, yeah.
Because that has happened before.
No. Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Intriguing concepts.
Okay, I've still got experience points, but at least I spent a bunch of them. I really haven't been spending that much.
And you go into a game unprepared.
We've had many discussions about this of the, and if you die with not all of the points that you should have spent already, whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Of course, it's one of those for certain classes that means a whole lot than others.
Right. It's like playing D&D and not leveling your character when you can level them.
Yep. It's like, so you didn't level up, and those extra hit points that really could have came handy.
Yeah. Or, oh, gee, you mean you can't cast the revive spell because you didn't level up? Oh, darn. I guess they're permanently dead now.
Yep. Sorry about that. Or when you're about to get a cool magic spell that could save the party, and you just didn't.
Yep.
I had a friend that was, complaining about the revivify spell, and I'm like, "What's your problem with it? It's great." And they're like, "But it's too OP." No, it's not. Brings you back from 0 hit points to 1 hit point with one spell. It's not bad. It's not OP.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Love that spell.
Well, and you got what? A minute or something to do it in. If you don't, then too bad.
Yep.
Yes, this is why I am multi-classed as a Paladin Divine Soul Sorcerer, and we are rushing levels in the Divine Soul Sorcerer, because we need to Revivify as soon as possible.
Revivify is a great one.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys. How can you go wrong with that spell?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're just trying to, want to be able to kill the party. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's still restrictions.
Hey, we still have that divide in our Dungeons and Dread group where half the party's still angry at the other half of the party for making them murder hobos. As they've clarified in Facebook chat in the group of exactly who killed the child in the sleeping bag has been clarified many times.
Wow.
Wow. Nice to know we're not the most murder hobo of your fantasy games.
Oh, it gets worse. The one who basically gave the monsters attack code is a different person, so he can sit back and say, I didn't do nothing. Ready.
See, and Thursday we're all good. We set free a bunch of kids. Didn't kill them. That we
saved the younglings.
Had a bunch of young, trying to be cultist kids, and we left them on a sandbar outside a big city. So
yeah,
it's all good.
Totally sweethearts.
Totally.
So has everybody spent your XP and ready to rock and roll?
I am ready, other than I don't think the pool's been cleared. And I really don't want to start the game with 6 dark and 0 light.
Sorry.
Would you like me to clear that?
Well, funny how that works, but yeah.
Y'all should see 0 and 0, but let's see what you give me. Give me some dark side points.
We're likely to just give it back to you, but hey, no, not for me.
Our field medic is always looking on the bright side.
Right?
It's those Solistan eyes. They're good for looking in the dark. Even the dark is the bright side.
It really does seem to be a pattern, though.
Oh, look at that.
Hey! It's almost like the Force knows you need a little pick-me-up.
Wow.
So that just leaves our Mandalorian.
Yeah, sorry, I hadn't signed into Roll20 yet.
Oh, MG.
Working on it. There we go. And do.
I'm on the board.
I know our Mandalorian would bring it down.
Sorry, maybe I wanted to make things interesting.
Okay, so
Interesting in the oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I mean, sure.
Wait, I'm trying to remember what was that quote from? Oh, Firefly.
uh-huh.
Yep, Chick is so wonderful.
Okay, so on any average day, while you guys are given your own time, where would you be at 0500 hours local planet time at your base on Mudworld?
I don't know, maybe chilling in a lawn chair?
You'd be chilling outside in a lawn chair watching the sun come up at 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a planet full of dust and mud. I'm assuming it's got beautiful sunsets and sunrises. All that particulate matter in the air.
Yeah, gotta get up early, watch sunrise, and then go in and take a shower.
Oh, who we kidding? On the airlocks of your base, it's got showers to spray you down as you come in because you've killed too many cleaning bots because of the mud you've tracked in. How can everyone get so muddy just walking out and coming in? I don't know how they do this.
Yeah, probably sleeping because I'd probably been in the med bay patching people up and shit till like midnight, 1 o'clock or something.
Getting that late night going.
Yeah.
I'm definitely sleeping.
Okay. All right. So as you guys, it is, in fact, on a random day at 0500, as you guys in your rooms, you hear this klaxon. It's not the all, hands on deck, but it's just a security klaxon goes off. And all of a sudden, in each of your locations we're at, all of a sudden out there are Mandalorians sitting there enjoying the sunrise. And you look back, and out of the parked Corvette, you see a hatch open and a security guy clearly look right at you. And as soon as he looks at you, he turns around and starts talking on his comlink. To which we get a screen swipe as Kay, you're crashed out.
Yeah.
As immediately Kay's security features goes off in his room, because we know Kay locks his door. He's that kind of guy. As all of a sudden you get this detector that a security override's been done, and your door opens up, and immediately one of the security folks whip out their comlink and start comming that you're in your bunk. And he thinks you're still sleeping, and he hits the button to close the door immediately. And turns off the lights that the security brake immediately popped on full brightness. And Quinn, what about you?
I don't know. I was sleeping.
Okay, so where do you normally sleep? Like in in the med bay's sleeping area or your own room?
It's probably a 50-50 on that one. Odd in my room. In my room.
Okay, so immediately you're sleeping because, of course, you were tending to bumps and bruises late in the night probably. And all of a sudden there's the security override chime on your door, and the door opens and the lights blast to 100% brightness. And there's the security woman who basically, as soon as she sees you in your bunk, she radios in that Quinn is in his bunk and shuts the door, and you hear, not the locking sound, but just like running feet right after the door closes and the lights go to pitch black. As all three of you are totally doing this what the fuck moment.
I would have a gun with me. Well, a gun and my pistol. The question is which one, though.
I don't know. Which one do you sleep with?
Well, remember, he's out enjoying the sunrise.
Oh,
I'll say I have my rifle on me, not my minigun.
Okay, so you're going to look around to see if you can spot what the trouble is?
Yeah, well, I turned because you said the security guy ran out, saw me, and then got on his comms. I'm gonna basically ask, "Hey, what's up?"
And immediately the communications officer's like, please clear this channel. We are. And in the background, you hear someone. You literally hear Pappy's voice echoing off the others, of "You ratchet that signal down now!" And the communications officer you were calling just cuts the line short. Give me a perception check, Enos. You took too long. I burnt my point. And still, it doesn't matter because of your keen Mandalorian eyes. So, of course, the camera kind of zooms in on Enos as he kind of gets up out of the recliner and he
It definitely should not have been that. I'm not sure why it was that high. That was not.
What was in that dice roll? Go ahead and roll again.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm like, damn, is that where he spent those points?
That's more like
Ooh.
Hey, I got a success.
So immediately, his keen Mandalorian eyes looking in the morning glow, because he's got a good vantage point where he looks around and just kind of looks around the camp. And he kind of like sips his calf and looks around, what's going on here? And all of a sudden, you look over to Thunder Squad's parking spots.
Oh no!
And you notice Quinn's Y-wing, perfect. Rigger's Y-wing, perfect. Sobek's Y-wing.
Oh no!
And you kind of scratch your head and sip your calf. Now, the important question is, for that despair, what very expensive piece of hardware that you own did you leave on the ship because you thought it would be quicker to leave it on the ship so that you wouldn't have to pack it before battle?
Well, obviously my flight suit. And I got my flight suit for when we're up there because it's got the 24-hour vacuum seal. And since, normally I have to change into it before we go, I figured I'd just leave it there so that I could just strip off my arc suit and throw it on when we went in.
Okay, so right now there's a flashback of you closing your eyes saying, I'm going to leave this right here so it's ready for the next mission.
Oh, no.
As you're just like, bastard flew off with my flight suit. Okay,
I'm more concerned with Vex and his ship.
So
He
immediately
really likes
you
that
all
ship.
get comm notifications in your rooms and on your communicator of a report to the flight deck immediately. We have an incident.
Okay.
I want to double check and make sure that's whose voice was it?
It's one of the very nice comm operators. You rarely talk to her, but she's nice. She's one of those, she's here for the cause. She's the voice that they send bad messages with. Because she's really good at not losing her crap, and she always has this nice, pleasant voice. It's kind of worrisome that her voice is the one you heard, too, because you're like, yeah, usually she only gets on the comms when it's bad stuff.
Okay, I want to make a perception check and make sure that's actually her.
Oh, okay. Over good old staticky comms, go for it. Yeah. It pretty much sounds like her, but with the amount of stuff in the air and the comms and the fact the internal communications are barely maintained, so there's staticky glitches. You're pretty sure it's her.
Okay.
Those are the most potent purples
grab
all
my
night, I bet.
stuff.
Yeah,
all
Grab my
night, I bet.
stuff.
I'm fully gearing up because obviously it can't be good, and we're probably going somewhere.
I got my arc suit, put on my helmet, and grabbed my rifle.
Okay, pretty much simultaneously, y'all hit the flight room at the same time. Just as immediately Quinn's got a duck and a chair kind of explodes over the doorframe. And you're seeing Pappy with two of his arms holding, the folding chairs that they use to add extra room to the flight deck. And he's just looking at you guys, and he's got like perspiration from exertion. And you just have the idea that he is losing his shit like you've never seen him lose his shit. And he kind of like takes a moment, one hand swipes his forehead to get some of the sweat off, and the other two put the chairs back where they were, as he basically gestures for you to sit down and kind of like turns his back to you, all this frustration. And you see that comms officer, sitting not too far away, totally cringing, like, not that she's being hurt or accosted, but just the sheer violence is making her cringe.
I don't have any tranquilizers.
And you're not used to seeing Pappy lose his shit like this.
Yeah, well, that's why I was looking for tranquilizers, maybe.
This is definitively a very unpappy thing.
All right, boss, what do you need? Well, what's the play?
As he basically gestures for you all to sit down and get comfortable.
I sit down.
And he just kind of like, gives out this big, and when you have 4 arms, it's a big, very pronounced sigh. Can one of you, members of Thunder Squadron, tell me where Rigger and your Sis-Spit commander is? And you've not heard him use such harsh language like Sis-Spit. It's a very vulgar term.
I look at the others like,
No, I hadn't checked in with Sobex yet. Usually we have lunch together, but it was just pretty early, and I noticed his ship was gone when I was outside.
And he kind of sighs and just kind of picks up the fob remote for the display communications officer and just hits play, and you hear this very, very staticky message. And it's totally in Sobek's voice, as he's basically giving coordinates, but the coordinates, because some kind of interference, it's garbled and there's haze and you can't quite hear what's being said. And then it goes back to coordinates being received by Sobek, and he basically repeats the coordinates to verify them, because we all know he's really good with astrogation. And the last bit of the coordinates chop off because of static. That it's almost like you guys are listening to the conversation through a nebula, which is probably what you're going to be told in a second. And all of a sudden it cuts off, but then you hear this replay of it, and Sobek's words are muted, but all of a sudden in the underlay of the communications, you see this little static gram where it's showing the hiss of static, but then you're hearing this and all of a sudden it just goes into this slur of binary. And the communications officer hits a couple buttons on her datapad real quick, and the message turns into actual written script. And basically it's in binary, underlaid in the conversation. Almost like she's using the communications at the same time and sending a message directly to you guys. Yeah. Which pretty much is what the hint is.
And what was the message?
Basically, it's a very, very basic message, because, of course, delivered all in binary. But it basically tells you about the Loratic Nebula. And then destination. makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't have brought us along. I mean,
He's left about 3 hours ago, they estimate, because he managed to sneak out of here without anyone on the watch noticing. And he kind of like looks at the communications officer with this wilting gaze, and she just fills in the blank of going, because the person on comms and radar fell asleep last night. And you're definitely sensing some ownership of that. It may not have been her, but she's putting ownership on herself, even if it wasn't, it seems.
Can't imagine him running off on some shenanigan on his own.
yeah, that's very unlike Sobex.
We do know last time you all had some leave time that Sobek came back with some intelligence that Imperial officers had his family captured and sent to a work camp. The only thing I can hope is the fool decided to run off and go on a rescue mission on his own, which he knows better. Just because I got away with it during the Clone Wars doesn't mean anyone else can.
Well, I'm seeing another.
Tick nebula, and of course he clicks a button, and basically it's this really nasty gas giant nebula, and seeing if you can pick up the at least the breadcrumbs that maybe Rigger left, or figure out what the coordinates were that he was given. And basically the screen pops up with the coordinates, and it's got like longitude and latitude, and longitude and not latitude.
So what do we know about that nebula as far as any other activity there?
Well, thankfully the nebula is not Imperial, if that's what you're worried about. As he kind of gives you this look like, are you afraid of getting shot?
No, just like to be prepared.
The only thing you need to be careful of is it's a giant collection of corrosive gases and other stellar phenomena, as he air quotes with two of his hands. I mean, just be careful, because the place is known to be home for a few newly born stars.
Right.
Alrighty, well, I guess we better get going.
You up piloting, Kay?
If it does, and he looks over at the communications officer, and she looks right over at Quinn and says, Quinn, you'd be glad to know that we more or less got Sparks back together and back into your Y-Wing.
Oh, great.
And you can tell she's reading off her data pad verbatim. She just gets, just reminds you that the technicians do not advise Sparks engage in any direct combat per se. Why would the mechanic put per se on this? And then you can see she flips up, just leaves.
I got a special droid.
And every time he has a near-death experience, he gets a little more special.
Hey, it's called expanding personality.
Exactly.
Expanding.
It's a droid. They can take care of that.
Yeah. He is
well, only if Quinn orders it. I mean, usually they know that most rebels are pretty touchy about their droids.
Yeah. Well, he's fine. We got an understanding.
Alrighty, well, let's go, guys.
Yeah. All right. I'll head straight to my ship. I'm all loaded up, ready to go.
Head off.
Yeah, I'm okay at flying. My astrogation's
I can do
kind of okay.
Yes, I can do okay with astrogation.
Who should I fly with?
You're gonna have to fly with me because Sparks is in his.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Well, no, because Sparky takes a socket. But
He's in the
I
droid
can still
socket.
take somebody, but with Sparky and co-pilot there, because I'll at least have Sparky to be able to do some stuff.
Yeah. Alrighty. Cool. So I head over to Riggs' Y-wing, and I look at it and I'm like, wait, I don't know how to get into these. I'm used to the bubble turret. What?
Just remember,
They
it
were
is
perfectly good in the Clone War. Why did they change them?
it is the same basic model. So it's just that the back seat is totally formed to today's shape, and you're realizing it's well used.
I'm trying to like find the space that I would normally have to like stuff my guns in there, and there's just like hacking equipment all over it.
Right.
I pull up one of the gun consoles. It's like left open on some sort of like, it just says like communication successfully cleaned or something.
Well, there is storage on the ship, so you
Uh-huh.
got room. The vehicle has what is it here? Let's see, cargo hold of 10. So you got room.
Never enough room for the big guns. And all of a sudden he's kind of wincing at the fact of, I wish I had my spacesuit in.
Yeah, especially without Sobex flying, it's more likely that we get shot at, which means it's more likely that I'm in space. And this arc suit ain't vacuum sealed.
And don't forget to put them.
Let's see.
Because your mechanics and rigor were nice up for you.
That's always nice of them.
Before she ran off.
So what is that? 5 out of 10. All right, so okay. And everybody's at full strain and all.
Yep. Everybody's all full up.
No issues coming up.
Nope.
All right. Well, tally ho, I guess.
Alrighty, let's go.
I will astrogate with Sparky. Sparky's got 2 yellow and 1 green. I have. Let me get to the right spot. I have a yellow and 3 green, minus 2 black, which is already in the modifiers.
That's good to know.
So it would be yours essentially upgraded once. So you get the extra rank from Sparky.
Right.
Just so you guys do the whole get your, lock your S-foils, take off out of the orbit as quickly as possible. Pappy's like, bring home Mother Goose. As all of a sudden your little view screens, the Operation Mother Goose, to rescue and bring Sobek and Rigger back. And to relay frequently what your condition is every 2 hours. And when you're realizing the hyperspace jump alone is going to be like 16 hours.
Okay then.
All right, let's get going.
I mean, it's probably going to be less than that, but it only terrifies you knowing that. And Sobek together in the astrogation jump for that, it was probably they did it in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your upgrades in?
Oh, I didn't put them in. But...
What upgrades do you need?
All right. So it's 1 yellow for Sparky, because Sparky's 2 yellow and a green. I'm 3 green and a yellow.
Okay, so 1 upgrade.
Yep.
Ha.
Go ahead and take another upgrade.
Somebody's not wanting to get lost in space.
No. I'm waiting.
Okay, so go ahead and make your hyperspace jump. Once you guys clear the moon, you're clear to jump. And of course, all of a sudden, line streak, and
Look at that.
wow.
Nice.
Okay, so
Look at
take a point of personal strain as you're like,
Yeah.
this is my one time, don't fuck it up.
Nice to
Okay, so you guys pop into this beautiful nebula. It's got green to purple aurora going off in it. You see a bunch of like raw fireballs of fresh star stuff coming together inside the nebula. You know, it's super, super horrible looking, I mean, but it looks beautiful from your perspective since your hyperspace jump was that good.
Of course. Nobody's
So,
giving me the answer.
how would you like to use your triumph?
I think I will use that for item number 3.
And what would that be?
Reveal highly valuable but previously unknown information.
Oh, nice, because I really didn't have any unknown information, but I'll totally give it to you. So as you guys come out, and you kind of like look around, and you're totally just like, what are we doing? You know, what's what are we looking for? And you guys, somebody's getting on the comms, which I'm assuming is going to be Kay. I'm trying to. All of a sudden, Quinn just kind of like tilts his head like a little curious cat and goes, "What's that?" As he just like smears his finger on the windshield. As you see a little piece of debris floating. It's very, very small. It's like a 1 in a billion, or a triumph, chance of it actually being spotted out there, but you see this little blinking light on this little antenna, on this little handheld size communicator.
I'll pop the location of it on the map.
Okay. Well, it was Quinn that spotted it.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I see it. So I will kind of navigate over. So, Sparky, can you grab that?
Oh, that's perfect. And Sparky, you kind of like slowly fly upside down so Sparky can pull out one of his little articulated grabbers, and he grabs it and immediately like opens the compartment and pushes it inside the compartment, hits the button on it, and you hear the and you're hearing and then all of a sudden it starts to slowly static, and are you going to ask Sparky to put that in something you can understand?
Yeah, please translate and transmit that to the other ship, please.
And he immediately starts, and all of a sudden you're hearing Rigger, when she confessed to Sobek that she believes she's a spy working for the Empire because she large chunks of her time, and that someone had reprogrammed her to forget those lost periods of time.
How convenient.
Oh.
Well played.
And then it kind of fast forwards a little bit, and Rigger is basically sending it's saying what's being typed, but sending a message probably to the pilot of the vehicle that we need to notify command that we're leaving the base, and it gives all the directives of what we should be doing, even though we all know Rigger herself wouldn't be doing them. Then all of a sudden it just goes like dot system shutting down dot dot dot, and then warning of nebula location dot dot dot. And all of a sudden, the last few dots are that faint message being sent out through the communication system.
Okay. That's bizarre.
And because you rolled the big damn triumph, it is the complete coordinates.
Ah.
So somebody won't have to
That's
hope in a prayer to make the astrogation check to figure out the coordinates.
There we
Because
go.
on this side of the nebula, the coordinates were known. On your side, the message got broke up.
Mm-hmm.
After all, it's not like Rigger was sending the signal at full strength.
Right. Well, Well, that was a lucky find. Just happened to notice as face.
Best I've gotten.
And as you're
Right.
you're listening to that,
Period.
Kay is doing his communications thing, trying to pick up anything, and once you give him those coordinates, he kind of like aims his communicator that direction as the little teeny tiny antenna, cellular dish on the end of his communications antenna turns that direction. So I'm going to give him a blue dice if you'd like to roll computers.
I'm sorry for.
Ooh, and he's bringing balance to the force and spending a light side point. I love it. Go ahead, you got it. Wow. Obviously, you guys have thrown away the dice from last week and bought new ones. So what would you like for that triumph, as you have 3 successes, 2 threats, and a triumph? I mean, I got 1 or 2 things from those threats.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Can I get the full message? Because you said the message was distorted, right?
Well, the message you got from the communications node, basically what it is Rigger pulled out her own communicator, recorded, she put messages in it, and then dropped it into space. It's a message in a bottle. Your role is to see if you can find some comm chatter. Like if maybe Rigger's sending a message from this side or Sobek, since you're not on the opposite end of this ass nebula that messes up messages. Well, I mean, it eats spaceships. You wouldn't want to be stuck alone here or astrogate with a bad astrogator.
Right.
It's almost like if someone who's good with astrogation, or maybe even a fringer who knows nasty places, purposely picked this place to shake off any hound dogs chasing them. Suspicion starts.
Could I possibly get some chatter from the people who took Rigger?
Yeah, I will definitely give you that for a triumph. Okay, so immediately, your successes picks up a very faint distress call. First off, the 3 successes. So you pick up almost instantly a distress call that's got Thunder Squad's code. So obviously it's coming from Sobek or Rigger. You're just your general distress beacon. And technically you could track with computers to that beacon to its location.
Right.
And it is technically kind of jammed, so it'd be more difficult for someone to understand what it means and to follow it. So it's pretty much meant for the rebellion. And for your triumph, you kind of tweak the dials on your communicator, trying to show off to your backseat drivers, showing your skills. And you do pick up some cross chatter in the conversation, the signal. Coming from pretty much the same location as your little antennas moving around in space when we're watching it. And basically you get a message, since it is a triumph, of someone saying, I pray that your intelligence is correct. Upon your signal, we shall send reinforcements to the station. And then you just hear this.
Is that Humperdinck, or is that the guy in the prison?
Is that what?
Is that Humperdinck, or is that the guy that we or the guy from the prison?
No, it's not a voice. You do not recognize her voice. She definitely sounds, snooty, Corellian accent, and female.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of screams Imperial, probably.
And there's no Imperials here. Jeez. Okay.
Okay, so I need another roll to track down the beacon?
No, technically for the beacon, yeah, since you did have a triumph, I'll give you could normally track it. Except just as you're about to tweak over, and the camera pans outside your ship, and a glob of nebula crap hits your communications antenna and just instantly dissolves it. As you have short range communications, that are good for talking ship to ship, basically, ship to ship with an eye shot. But all of a sudden, you get this horrible feedback squawk, and your long range communications go dead. Which totally could have happened to Rigger and Sobek. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Well,
Space crap.
hate nebula crap.
Okay, so I'm going to relay the information that I got and the message that I got. Over to
Quinn and Sparky.
Over to Quinn and Sparky.
Okay. And you're of course giving him that look as you're banging your headphones, saying, "I can't hear long distance right now."
And then also tell him that my long distance is shot. Can he see if it's something that'll repair itself easily, or is it out for good?
Quinn, are you going to look over there?
Sure.
You just see part of his antenna floating away as some nebula crap must have hit it and just trashed his communicator. He would need parts to fix it.
Looks like a gelatinous cube got a hold of it.
Sparky, grab it.
Oh, it's just like the top quarter of it, and that's all that's left.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing but just raw exposed circuit boards and wiring sparking. Thankfully, your short range is inside that box that's still sparking.
Yeah. So the general track direction, does that seem to correspond maybe with the full astrogation?
Give me a average check of either computers for the signal or astrogation to compare the two. Either or.
Do astrogation with Sparky there bending together, so that'll be 2 yellow, 2 green.
Okay, how many upgrades do you need?
Just one.
Just one? Okay, go for it. As it totally, the signal seems to be coming where the distress beacon says to go and the coordinates that you have. They all seem to be the same location. Sounds legit.
Right. So you said you heard Imperial chatter.
Yeah. Imperial, female, Carillion, definitely officer.
Okay.
I've heard that way too much.
Yeah, well, so that means we need to go in hot and ready for who knows what the hell we're gonna find. Hopefully not a freaking destroyer or something.
Dun dun
Sitting-
dun 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 dun.
Sitting in the middle of the nebula. I guess we'll make the jump to the full coordinates that we obtained, and
Okay, so go
for the
ahead
best.
and it's pretty much, it should be a lot harder, but it's just 2 purple, blue for investigation for the jump. You feel very confident in this.
Okay.
Is Sparky going to give you an upgrade?
Oh yeah.
As you're totally like, I've got the coordinates, I've got the skill, I've got this. So I've got 1 upgrade in there from Sparky.
All right. Those purples.
Very busy purples. Okay, so you guys get all set up. He beams over the coordinates for the jump. Everything seems good. You guys make the hop, skip, and a jump coordinates. Do you, by the way, Quinn, do you message this back to Pappy?
Yeah. Well,
okay,
that's
so
okay too.
do you follow standard procedure and send your update before you jump? I just figured I'd ask before you guys get lost all alone. And you guys pop out, and immediately, Quinn, you kind of realize this ain't right. This is not the right spot. It's just like in the middle of the knoll between two solar systems. It's dead empty space, and you're noticing there's nothing here. And you double check your coordinates real quick, and it doesn't take long for Sparky to tell you that you blew it. I didn't blow it. You blew it.
Yeah, well, we keep pursuing us. So everything looks clear here. I had some hunches on information. Wanted to make sure there wasn't anything in this part of the jump. So let me get us to the final spot. Didn't want to go straight in.
You're purposely zigging instead of zagging.
Right.
You don't want to be predictable.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead and make your next astrogation check.
All right. There we go.
As immediately, now that you're out of that space crap, and you're just realizing, wow, that nebula sucks. If I ever want to take out a Star Destroyer, trick them into that place. You may want to write that nebula down for future reference.
Right.
So you've got your coordinates set. You made an amazing second guess, because, apparently first instincts aren't always right. So are you going to pick a better spot? I mean, what is it you're looking to do with all those extra successes and that one advantage? I'm assuming you want to reduce travel time.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely want to get there quick since we already kind of took a sightseeing detour. So we'll definitely reduce travel time and for destination, place vessel directly in orbit around entire planet. So we're gonna come in like precisely on their spot, offset by like a Y-wing, just in case they happen to be still sitting right at that spot or their debris.
Okay.
So we basically come in like right exactly, but like 2 Y-wings offset.
Let me pull up just a blank map here so you're not freaking out. Give me just a sec to clear the map because I don't want you guys to freak out.
Yeah, I was going to say. They're already freaked out. So
that's the missing Y-wing. So you guys jump in, and basically what you're looking at as soon as you pop out appears. Now, of course, system scans will be required to tell you more. Yuck.
Of course.
Is a little multi-tiered space station that has definitely seen better days. It looks like one of the old Clone Wars observation stations that the Separatists use, which are usually indication relays, buried and thrown together, but this one you clearly see holes into space. It totally seems dilapidated ghost station.
Alrighty then.
Where is it?
Basically, it's the red squares here.
Oh, okay.
That's the rough shape of the place.
Okay.
It has had once upon a time a bunch of big landing bays that you could fit bigger ships, like your other ship could have or a shuttle could easily land in there. Used to have connections on the what normally these kind of stations, this would be the general area where they have like either commerce or military stuff. And here's the communication section, which totally is toast.
All right, can you get us a scan there, Kay?
Is that long range or short range?
If you guys want to scooch a little closer, you could get it into short range.
No. I meant the type of sensor, since I don't have long range sensors.
If you want to scooch a little closer, it would be totally within sensor distance.
Okay.
Yeah, because you lost your comms, right? Not your sensors.
Yep, just the long range comms.
Oh, okay.
And if Quinn wants to use his comms, he could find out something too. Something that poor Kay right now can't do because His ship's been neutered in that regard.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll have him scan, and then we'll do a open comms to listen for chatter.
So go ahead and roll your computers. Nice. Even though those purple dice are trying to assassinate you. Okay, so you
Man,
guys,
those purple dice are really rolling today.
you guys kind of scooch just up into short range so we can
Yeah,
get to good
yeah.
sensor sweep. Is
what
Quinn
do
going
I
to
need
turn
to
on
roll?
his communicator?
Yeah. What do I need to roll?
Okay, it's just turn on your radio, because you
okay.
are detecting from the station your Thunder Squad's emergency beacon, basically.
Oh,
It's that
easy.
annoying thing that just goes ching 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 ching. You can practically see the cockpit would probably have a blinking light inside it. Okay, so Kay with his massive system scan as the scanner sweeps up and sweeps down of the station. You're noticing that this station is at like 99% powered down.
Ah.
It has some power on board, but it's very, very minimal, which is telling you that there's probably no life support on the station. Doesn't mean it can't be turned on, but there's none that you see currently. And you're picking up like 3 reactor leaks in the station. So there is radiation.
Wow.
And you do notice that
That's not good news.
there seems to be no communications. But down here, you're picking up the signature of an environmental shield and a landing bay that's got at least one emergency buoy that's actually got light in there, and it registers that there's life support.
Hmm.
Not that it's a trap. As you guys slowly sit, you see this wreckage of a station kind of spin around, just barely on raw. You know, it's just enough spin that you know it's got gravity on it, but it's not because there's anything making it spin. It's just regular centrifugal force playing itself out. And the hangar bay kind of comes up, and you see the environmental shield. It's hissing as it's barely got integrity. And you see that there's just a wreckage of a landing bay in there, big enough that you guys could fit both of your Y-wings in. Or if you'd like, there's one next to it that you could fit one of you guys in each bay, and the other one is kind of flickering. And when it flickers, you just notice that things sheen over with ice. And then when it flickers back on, things kind of thaw a little. And by a little, it's just enough that you're seeing like it looks like it's breathing, because when the shield comes back up and then goes back down, it's warmed up enough inside that you see just the cold air moisture shoot out. Super spooky. This is totally not the Halloween episode.
All right.
Man,
well,
it's the wrong month, Jim. It's the wrong half of the year.
In real life, it's nice and warm and sunny in summer, and now you got some spooky Star Wars shit.
All right.
Okay. Where is Rigger's emergency beacon coming from?
Unfortunately, your comm tower does not pick it up. You'd have to get really close to it for your ship to pick it up. But thankfully, Quinn's picks it up, but he kind of, he hasn't really pinpointed it. He's just realized it's broadcast specifically.
Sure.
Give me a communications. As you're just, 4K's like, I can't get a pinpoint, and you're just like, let me try.
So that could be computers. Let me see what Sparky can do for me here. Sparky, do you have computers? Sparky has 2 yellow, 1 green. I have 4 green.
Okay, so 2 upgrades.
Yes, please.
All right, go ahead and do you do.
All right.
As you're like,
let's
thank
see
God
here.
Sparky's working. At least
Right?
until Sparky doesn't.
Uh-oh.
What can I say?
So,
Hoping you get to spare.
hello, computer.
Oh, I wasn't wanting failures. I was wanting to spare. So exactly where it could be the radiation leaking out of this thing. It could be the just static noise of wiring sparking against each other. Signals location. It kind of echoes it. But you know definitively as the station's rotating in front of you, it's from the station. That kind of works out.
That's a plus. I'm gonna work hard, and I'm actually
Super cautious and
Imperial
watching the
be
thing
all upset.
completely spin around.
Well, that, and I'm looking to make sure like power down ships or something sitting in orbit, because I'd be pissed if I was her. If that's command station, so she has reason to be all pissy.
Okay, so give me a perception.
Here we go.
Wow. So you have a fail and a threat as you were just stressing because you're just like, I'm not the boss. I think I'm de facto leader right now, and I'm not safe with this. But as you watch, it kind of rotates the station around, and you're kind of like looking left, looking right, looking left. And it's funny because, of course, Spark is doing the same thing back there. And you guys are pretty sure the coast is clear. You do notice that there's some umbilicals you could try to tether in the bottom, or you could fly into that one spaceport, that stock dock that's got atmospheric shield there, or the one that's got the faulty shield.
Yeah, well, guys, I say we go for the
Functioning shield.
functioning life support and shield there.
As it swings by again, and you see like crates smashed up and broken, and the shield sparkles with little lightning storms going across the shield as like space dust rubs up against it.
Yeah, that's my call there, ground commander. What's your assessment, since you'll be taking charge once we land?
Yeah, well, I mean, we got there's the reactor leaks on the base, so any environmental shield at all will at least be helping keep that out. So I think that's probably the safest place for us to go in.
All right.
Now the question is,
let's make it happen.
When you guys get inside, does Quinn want to do a medicine to see how safe that radiation is? But first, let's get inside the hangar. So both of you guys that are piloting, go ahead and give me a piloting check as your maps will change. Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Let me know when. Okay. Well, look at that. Okay. Look at Kay. Look at showing off.
Kay's flying like a champ.
Holy crap.
Quinn is flying like a champ. You know, this is one of those times where they, coaches will tell you that you just need a chance to go out and shine on your own.
Mm-hmm. Look at that shit. We don't disturb squat when we go in there.
As you guys land like big O champs. As I'm going to make your ships proper size for this hangar. So you guys, now don't forget to fill up your ship's wounds there, because it looks like some of you guys are wounded. So you guys...
Not unless I can regrow and then...
Well, I don't know which ships you grab, because I can't interact with either one, so...
Okay, I'll fill them up for you.
Yeah.
One of them says K, one of them says Sobex.
Yeah, so, none of my ships. So, all right.
Okay,
look at that.
Throw that one away and put that one in its place. Is there anything special when you guys are landing in there that, like, are you aiming towards the exit? Are you preparing for a quick getaway? And how do you want to spend those big damn triumphs you both have? You fucking hot dogs.
Yeah, definitely positioning for get the hell out. And triumph on this. Trying to think what would be good in this case. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I mean,
coming
you
into the
guys
hangar.
could try and like, because it is kind of a small hangar for both ships, so you guys could try and like, I don't know, like park in such a way that like, you know, we could both exit roll, or you guys could both exit fast.
Yeah, I mean,
At the same
basically
time,
give
even.
it to
Yeah.
you so you get an upgrade on your pilot check to leave.
Yeah, that'll work
Yeah,
at least
sounds
for
good.
one of them.
You know, when you
Yeah.
find that sweet ass parking spot that's got the pull through, where you can totally just drive straight and ignore any traffic getting out of
Yeah.
the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, coast in backwards so that way you can.
Okay, so you guys park your vehicles. You know, your sensors are telling you there's a weak atmosphere here and minimal power. It would be great to have rigor right here.
Yeah.
But then again, you guys are throwing triumphs for your piloting, so maybe you guys can make mechanics the shit out of the place.
Possible. Anything's possible.
I mean, you know, Kay wants to get a hold of a computer terminal in here.
Oh yeah. You might be able to strengthen stuff up here. Okay. Well, grab your gear and let's do this. Command's yours, sir, my friend.
Yeah, let's go. I probably have. Yeah, I'd probably my rotary cannon.
I'm going anywhere. I probably got the rotary cannon.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I also have my sniper rifle now, but that doesn't work so well in corridors.
Mm-mm.
You know, that leading that whole 40-inch long weapon around corners is just not a good thing.
No, it is not. But yeah, I got my rotary cannon, my pistol, and my variety of grenades.
Yep. And I got my rifle.
Alrighty.
Okay, so you guys look at each other. You give each other the nod of like, how bad can this be?
So Bex is there all of a sudden? You brought Sobex down.
Sobek's body falls from the rafters.
Is there a door here?
There is a door there. It does seem sealed at the moment.
Okay,
Seem to
I'm
be
gonna-
a crackle that you occasionally see.
Alright. I guess the first thing I'm gonna say.
Before we go in, I want to do my known schematic.
Well, you said this facility's separatist, right?
Yeah, it's separatist from Clone Wars era.
Oh, okay,
So-
never mind.
No, schematic wouldn't help. But
So
yeah,
it
what
is
you could do,
pre-imperial.
what you could do, Kay, is if you could check on the systems of the station and see how we're doing in terms of things, in terms of like power and whatnot. And Quinn, if you want to check to see what that radiation is looking like, and see how the environment's looking outside. Well, inside the environmental, but also outside.
Right.
And you know how fast we're going to contract cancer if we step outside.
Let me look at something here.
You know, I'm willing to die for the rebellion, but cancer's not what I had in mind.
right? I hear you.
Hey, we all might die for the rebellion, but let's make it sometime later.
Let's not die for the
Let's
wrong
not do
reason.
it today.
Well, the cancer won't do it today.
I can fix all that. Don't worry. I'm looking here. Let me see what Sparky has, because I actually don't have any kind of scanner. I thought maybe my
You can just use medicine because he's basically telling you how much
Okay.
radiation they were detecting, so it's just an average medicine check.
Okay. Well, I can do that.
And since you did mention Sparky, are you going to leave Sparky behind to guard the ships?
I was thinking of taking Sparky with.
You're going to leave the ships all alone?
Well, I mean, I don't know that Sparky can do a whole lot.
He can at least radio that someone's attacking.
Well, we can lock the ships, right?
Yeah. Kay, it's just because, Kay could pop that lock in 3 seconds.
Well, Kay can, but not the average person. Let's see. I'm just looking here. What's he got? Because he's got like a mechanics 2. Other than that, he doesn't bring anything with. So, does he have weapons?
He should have the arc welder, but that's it.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know if
Do we want to give Sparky weapons?
Technically, it's just a tool.
Yeah,
that's exactly what our Mandalorian calls his.
But he is a built-in toolkit. But
this is my tool for dealing with droids. This is my tool for dealing with people. This is my tool.
We'll leave him in the ship.
Okay, and he basically is on lookout, and he just gives you this low level whistle, like.
Yeah. You got this. This is an important job for you. Special. You can handle this. That's why you're staying here. Because you're the droid for it.
He gives you this whistle and a salute.
All right. So medicine check. You're all set up.
Yep. Give me a medicine check as you're totally regretting the day that you missed radiation burns and sickness day. So, what would you like to do with 7 advantage?
What?
2 of those I'll take back some strain. And the other 5, I'll give Kay a blue, and the next person to do something a blue.
You're still gonna have advantage left over after that.
I know.
He's like, I know. There's a lot of advantage to spend.
Could you gain like a separate helpful, like other helpful information? Maybe not about radiation, but about something else.
Yeah, possibly. How's that? That work?
Okay.
Jim, could he I think, isn't it you can use 3 to notice something?
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll give you
3 to do that, 1 decay.
You're pretty sure the radiation is bad, but it shouldn't be like lethal or anything unless somebody gets, in one of the reactor areas.
So no hugging the reactors. Will be fine.
I don't think hugging reactors is a good idea if they're not leaking.
Yeah. No playing Spock.
Don't go into anything that has flashing radiation. Do not go into it.
Yeah. If you see this symbol,
stay away.
No entry. Don't go.
Okay. So is Kay going to try the computers? It is going to be difficult, and there may be a setback for faulty connections here.
First of all, I've got a blue.
Okay, so let me put that in there.
Well, I got to plug in my computer before it dies.
Oh, plug in your computer. I'm actually have to do the same thing shortly too.
OMG. Andy's got a because the Force is with us,
as it should be.
And then
Quinn has faith in him.
And this counts as code breaking, right? Because you're trying to break into the system.
I will give you yes. This does count as code breaking.
So remove one black.
Okay, so did you have it set up to automatically do that on your character sheet or no?
No, because I use computers for so many different things. It's only when it's code breaking that I get the black.
Okay, so I've got it in there for you. I've taken the black out.
Okay.
As you're totally like, let me hack this bad boy. Wow, their electrical system looks like crap. Whoever wired
Alright,
this
you got
system
this.
after blowing up the station, it looks like crap.
Tell me when you're ready.
Go for it.
You got this. Wow.
Wow.
As you plug in, and it's not your fault per se, but the panel like explodes in loose wires and sparks. Looks like to you like somebody shot this panel out. You like how I put that? Totally saves face for you. It wasn't you, it was the environment.
Purple are mean.
Yeah, they are. They've been.
Man, you guys have been doing great with the triumphs, but the purple have been doing some work today.
Yeah. Well, all their opposing dice, other than the reds, have been. Well, even them, they've been active. They just not the despairs, but.
I mean, I got one.
They've been negating as opposed to horrific.
Yeah.
Potent dice night.
All right, but you did get 2 advantage.
So how would you like to spend the 2 advantage?
The suggestion's not bad.
Can I spend 1 advantage to get an idea how long ago the systems were shot?
Yeah, for 2, I'll give you that. I'll give you additional information. Okay, so when you're looking at it, you're totally like, wait a minute, no. If the damage was this bad, it's got to be someone recently did this, because if the environments were still good, the damage should not be this bad. So immediately you kind of like look around and check it out, and you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this damage is current. It's recent damage.
Okay, I'll relay that. Somebody monkeyed with this really recently.
Which panel is this?
The panel that he just plugged into to try to get access to the station. He clearly knows that someone sabotaged this panel. It's not that it's just old or busted up. Someone clearly sabotaged it.
All right, Kay, do you think you could get the door open at least? We might be able to find you another panel in the next room or 2.
How's the door work?
Basically, at this point, with the panel fried, you won't be able to get the door open by the panel. You'd have to get someone to mechanics the crap out of the door. Or, athletics. You could totally use athletics to do it.
I can try. I have a couple green.
Yeah.
Well, a few green.
So we have options here. I have 4 green mechanics. And if we have Sparky pop down, Sparky has, what does Sparky have? Just a minute. Get to the right
and
tab.
To answer our Mandalorian's question, it was this door, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
So Sparky has 2 yellow. So it'd be 2 yellow, 2 green with me and Sparky going at it. And he has a toolkit built into him.
That sounds like the best way to go about it. Let's try it.
Unless Kay has something.
Well, panel's fried, and my athletics is not that good. So
yeah,
I think you guys make a pretty good team, you and Sparky.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we can mechanics it open. So 2 upgrades.
You got this, Quinn. It's just like surgery, but on a door.
Right. So it's almost the same. The the wires are like blood vessels, and it's similar.
Okay, so you're gonna have mechanics the shit out of that door. I've got the 2
Yep.
upgrades in there for you.
All
The
right.
physician trying to disarm a bomb. Cut the blue wire, not the green wire. Normally
Yeah, but-
they're all red.
But I
They're
got
all
Sparky
red or
helping.
blue.
Sparky knows what he's doing. He's guiding me. You ready?
Sparky's not gonna let you down.
No, of course not. Look at that. Look at that. And I'm gonna step to the side of the door
Quinn's like, I get out of the way of the door.
because
I
that's
will
where
point
we
my gun
were.
at the door.
That's where we were working. So what information
As
do
immediately
we
he
have for
tells
2?
you that there is no atmosphere on the other side of this door.
Oh, nice.
Ah.
Well, I will.
We're still in our suits, right?
Yeah. Well, is your suit environmental?
I thought we all had environmental suits.
What suit are you
No,
wearing?
not
You
everybody.
haven't told me that.
I got
I
my
mean-
drop suit, but that's limited.
Our
I have
poor
a breath
Mandalorian
mask
does
I
not
put
have
in.
his environmental suit.
I know. I left it in the other ship.
I put my breath mask on that I do have in inventory, so
I also have a breath mask in inventory. I took the doctor's advice on that one.
it's a very cheap investment.
I mean, you
credit
could
to Quinn
totally
on that
send
one.
the droid in alone if you wanted.
No,
He's totally okay with going in there with no atmosphere.
I'm sure he is. But do you have a breath mask, Quinn? Kay?
Well, can we use a
Um,
breath mask for the no environment? I don't think
I-
so.
I thought that the spacesuits had like the 24 hours of time, the ones that we fly in.
The armored drop suits have they have like flight mechanisms.
Well, there
But
is.
You have to
No, they-
additionally modify them to give them a vacuum seal.
No.
The
No, they come with, but it's a short.
I thought the armor that we got had air supply.
Yeah, but
well, when I checked it out, it said that
it's only a couple hours or like
Yeah.
10 minutes or something.
here I can pull
Yeah,
it
it's an
up
emergency
quick.
air supply.
Oh,
You can
Right.
totally use it, but
because I know my suit has a 24-hour supply because I got one of the ones from the one of the Clone Wars flight suits, but it doesn't. I left it on the ship. Let's see. So the drop chute is used by special operations troopers, keeping the defended by light laminate placed in such a way to keep full mobility. It has a built-in repulsor engine that allows the user to quickly move between cover and vantage points in combat. Engage flight systems as a maneuver, functioning as a silhouette zero vehicle with 2 speed, +2 handling, and system strain 3 requiring piloting planetary. While systems are engaged and the user is conscious, do not suffer damage from falls. It does not say that it has built-in air supply, and I know that when I pulled it up on Ogdudes, it said that you could add a vacuum seal as an attachment.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I could have
So
sworn it had like
I'll
10
have to
minutes
do the
built in.
modification later. 'Cause-
But you have a breath mask, though, don't you?
a what?
A breath mask? No.
A what?
it's basically the mask that you see Han Solo wear when they're inside the space worm.
Would a pilot normally be wearing one of those?
Or something you can carry.
No, it would be something you'd need to purchase and have. You wouldn't normally have it.
Yeah, I didn't have one, but then when we found a bunch of them on the depot planet that we sacked, and Quinn advised that we get one, so I left behind a water purifier and grabbed a breath mask.
Yeah, they're cheap. But do you have a utility belt?
I have a military built pouch.
Okay. All right. So let me look.
We could also flip a light side to have one.
Yeah, that
I was
is
gonna
totally a thing.
Yeah.
And I know Quinn and I both have them. So if Kay wanted to flip the light side for breath mask, I just didn't know, is the breath mask going to protect us in no atmosphere? Because isn't there more of a pressure problem than
There's
air?
enough of gravity here that it probably will help protect you, but you hope that no explosions or decompressions happen, because that would be bad.
Right.
Okay.
But it'll provide the oxygen needed.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem. Like we said, yeah. I mean, that's one of the uses for light side. It's part of the reason we got them.
Yeah, it's a perfectly reasonable way of burning one.
Okay. So I will hug up against the wall there as we open the door, and I'm kneeling.
Cautiously,
Aiming.
it's being you give him the signal to cautiously open and close it.
Yeah, I'm telling him on Innes's command. I'm like up against the wall, rifle aimed down the door at the doorway, on my knee.
Okay, so
I take off my ARC Trooper helmet, I put on my breath mask, and I just hold my gun facing at the door.
you give him the signal, and Scrapper opens it up, and immediately you feel this voomp as atmosphere goes out. But then it kind of, you feel this the waffling of the air. As the door opens, you clearly see this command station, because this is a little command observation bubble. The bubble part is gone. It basically exploded out during the war, long ago. And you can see that there's a hint of an environmental system trying to compensate for the slightly shimmery bubble that's there, that is on minimal power, so it basically would stop explosive decompression, but pretty much won't do jack for, if something bad was to happen here. One explosion and you'd lose all the atmosphere in this room.
Nice. No.
Oh, I'm gonna take my explosive grenades and put them back on the ship. We can
you definitely get the idea that you do not want him shooting that gun of his off.
Right.
I'll put my gun back on the ship too. I got a pistol. That'll have to do for now. I'll bring the stun grenade, but I don't even know if I want the EMP one. So.
Okay, so Kay's gonna go up to the comms panel and plug in real quick.
Yeah, we'll move in cautiously, Sparky.
Okay, conveniently for Kay.
Okay, I'm also giving him my heavy blaster pistol, because we don't want that inside, right?
Well, we need weapons.
Heavy blaster pistols isn't too
We're
bad.
talking like anything that could cause explosions would be bad right now.
And EMP probably wouldn't be very good too, right? Because that could disrupt.
Oh yeah, EMP would be horrendous.
Yeah.
EMP would be the exact last thing you'd want to do here. Conveniently, though, on the station for Kay, when he looks at the control panel, he can see that someone has left their command data stick in there. So basically, whoever was here last, their command codes are still in the station.
Isn't that peachy?
Probably because they flew out the fucking window.
That's kind of what it looks like probably happened, is there's the whole explosive decompression is not your friend. It's never your friend.
I did have a party member, use several bombs to blast out the bridge of a Star Destroyer once. So,
So
it could be.
So I assume that I get an extra blue for the data stick?
Yep, you're totally getting an extra blue because they left the keys to the kingdom in there.
I want to take that with you when we're done there in this room.
Yeah. Tell me when.
Go ahead. As you plug in, you've got the key fob, but unfortunately, even though you've got the key fob, the control panel's just too jacked up. As apparently you're getting the sense that the poor guy with the control panel went out the window with the control panel and left his keys in there. But you can totally take that key fob for a blue dice for connecting somewhere else. Interesting.
Yeah,
You got
okay,
this
so
control
I'll take
panel
the
was
key fob.
sabotaged, and this one is just destroyed. But no threats
so
to make the.
How many advantages taking the key fob?
That's a freebie. I'm giving that one to you.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
okay.
Yeah, that's totally
you
a
got
freebie.
like additional info or other things you can do with all that.
How should I identify the key fob?
Just put it as security key fob or security card.
Space station, Nebula Space Station key fob.
Okay, nebulous.
It all depends on how complicated you'd like to make it.
All right.
That's actually what I was looking for. Thank you.
Hey, Quinn and Sparky, do you guys think you could do any mechanics to try and shore up the environmental systems for this room? Is that something you could do?
I don't know.
I would totally give you for 3 of those advantages that you can basically stabilize the shield, back up its power supply so that it's at least able to like wiggle some wires and lick your fingertips and kind of static burn and secure this control panel. Basically this control room, stabilize its shield and turn on the shield to the airlock next to you.
Hot wire it a little bit.
I'll definitely do that.
It's like, okay, the control panel's not here, but if we connect the blue to the green and the yellow to the purple.
Okay, so 3 advantage to stabilize this room and the next one?
Yep, and you still have 3 advantage.
Could I use the 3 advantage to get security footage and see if anyone else is on the space station, and if so, where?
Ooh, yes. I will give you that in the computer matrix that you're able to access, there was a email sent out to the stations about a security breach. And basically you pull up a snippet of video where it shows a Y-wing pull up into a landing bay on the top part of the station. And when it does, you clearly see in the staticky, crappy security camera panels that these cameras are, it looks just like Sobek's ship. It looks identical to Sobek's ship. And you see Rigger's head kind of spinning in the back of the droid socket and whirling, her manipulators in the air like there's something wrong. And then as soon as the ship comes to a stop, it looks like Rigger's emergency evacuation socket basically activated, launching her up into the ceiling, and then of course crashing her down after she hits the ceiling really hard. Basically, in a droid socket, they've got that if you were to eject, where it'll pop out the droid as well.
Yeah.
But it looks like either Rigger did it or the pilot did it.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost on who's leading who here on this thing.
Yeah.
As you just see Rigger, an instant replay, kind of whirling around, exasperated, and then all of a sudden, flies up, crashes into the ceiling because, of course, she's launched like she's escaping a vehicle indoors, and then falls to the top of the Y-wing and rolls off to the ground with a second crash.
Is there any footage of Sobex getting out?
There is not. The cameras go offline at that point.
All right.
Well, you said we got access, or we got at least some environmental seal in this room too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And eventually, the sections that if you want the hangar next door, eventually the environmentals will refill for that.
Okay.
It just takes time because it's not like there's a life support system pumping air. So it's slowly going to leach it from other areas like the area you're standing in, but in a non-lethal kind of way.
Right. That's always good.
I think best bet's probably to check out this one.
Yeah. No, I think so.
Try and see if we can find another panel. So they keep just not being there.
It seems like every
they're on the
panel
way
is
up.
just like inches away from being blown up. Totally got you feeling comfortable. You're just
Is there
air.
another door there?
There is
Another door
a
here?
secondary door there. That door is
Okay.
locked. If somebody would like to use their security fob, it'll just open on it automatically. Or you can use computers.
Yeah, might as well use the key. We got it.
Okay, so you take the key fob, you click it in, the door opens wide up, and immediately you're seeing just darkness. There's no lights whatsoever. At least in the other area, you had like the comforting glow of the environmental shield, giving that blue soft glow. Here, you're seeing nothing but absolute darkness. There's no viewports, there's no blinking lights, there's nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna use the utility belt has like a feature where you can pull out some like random useful item, right?
Yep, that you can just say you had, blah, blah, blah stuck in there.
I'm gonna say I had a flashlight.
Interesting. Okay, so you immediately reach down there and you click a flashlight and you pan the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of pan the room and see that there's blaster damage. There's like a droid head of a really old droid. It's you of course immediately recognize it as one of the commando droids.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just thinking, oh man, are we gonna find some cool vintage droid shit? Because that's totally a thing.
Wait. Are those like the Roger droids?
No, they're the ones that totally steal clone troopers' armor and put it on and kill them in disguise.
Oh, okay.
They were probably the droids used to protect this place. And immediately you kind of like sigh some relief as you're totally like, okay, that's all here. And ominously enough, just because, you came in from a different direction, as you pan your flashlight, you realize that standing right here, standing stock still, is a KX series Imperial security droid.
What is that doing here?
And its back is to you as your flashlight kind of ominously passes over it, and you just kind of have that butt pucker moment, as at the moment it has not reacted to you.
Okay.
Because you haven't triggered its alarm.
There's a back glow from this room, right?
From this room.
No, I meant are there any lights in this room?
The glow of this screen is giving just the hint of light that you're needing.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off my flashlight and then turn to Kay and Quinn and basically, put finger over my lips to like, shh. And then I'm gonna kind of walk over to them like as quietly as I can. And
very
I'm basically
quiet.
gonna whisper, Imperial security droid here.
So that's
Why
what we're
is there
looking
an
at, right?
Imperial security droid? Yeah, so I'm basically gonna say there's a KX droid here. I don't know what it's doing here, but I do not like that one bit.
Okay.
Do me a favor. Give me a stealth roll.
Freaking.
Since
Pappy
you're,
Pappy said there wouldn't be an Imperial presence here.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
in the
Imperial.
nebula. Down at the ground, and barely perceptible in this stark darkness is a little red laser tripwire. And you clearly see your foot this time. You managed to step over it earlier. Pass through the beam immediately. And then all of a sudden,
No.
you clearly, you've managed to keep quiet, but you clearly hear the clanking from this hallway as if a security droid is being notified that their perimeter has been violated.
Okay, I try and push them back so that I can try and get on the other side of the door so we can close the little hatch. Just like move.
Okay, I will totally give that to you.
And then I would attempt to close the door.
As you hit the close button, as you see the little laser tripwire lights are blinking, notifying the tripwire has been set off. What would you like for your advantage?
Hey, you even got advantage. Yay.
Long silence.
I mean, I guess I just want to be maybe just that the door closed a little quiet too.
Okay, you get the quiet shh as it closes.
That basically an attempt at, don't want them to notice that I just shuffled out of that room.
Yeah, maybe they don't know exactly where the disturbance was.
Exactly where the blinking
They're
tripwire
like,
is.
oh, there was a laser tripwire that went off.
It was a roach.
What that did? Yeah, it was a radiation space roach.
Red roach.
As some giant cockroach goes, shh, I'm hiding here.
Yeah, the roach is like, don't blame me.
Okay, and you kind of, as the door closes, hear like 1 footstep of the droid, and then it gets quiet when the door's closed.
Okay, I think we should take the key fob out, and I think we should use this wall here for cover.
You think? Yeah.
And see if he comes through, and if so, get ready to shoot him.
Okay, so you guys kind of like doing that whole Charlie's Angels hide against the walls thing. Is Quinn is kind of looking for an exit, just in case.
No. I'm assuming that this is something that I can take cover behind.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the fallback position.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
I can charge forward to heal somebody.
And I'm not doing the like poke around and point my gun at the door. I'm doing the like hide completely by the wall, both hands on the gun, getting ready to turn, because I want to just like, if he opens the door, I want his first thing to be look and not see anything.
Use it as concealment and cover.
Yeah, we'll conceal first. If he decides to come through, then we'll use it as cover.
Okay, so there's an odd, like, 30 seconds of silence as you guys have that ominous Jurassic Park, as I like to think of it, as feel, waiting for danger to pop up its ugly head.
Heavy breathing in our breath masks.
And you're feeling it almost feels like a warm shimmer from the environmental shield behind you guys, reminding you that death is that close.
Yeah.
As let's see how the KX is going to try to get in the room. So it's going to try to hack the computer here. It opens its hand, and of course this is all off camera, but it's dramatic as shit showing you guys. And a data spike slices out of the middle of its palm and it jacks into the computer. It's going to have that same horrible hard with 1 black dice difficulty that Kay's been dealing with.
Yeah.
And the KX droid is going to try to hack the door open.
Oh.
and it fails.
It does get a triumph.
But and there's some spark, and you guys clearly see the panel just explode. The panel is completely destroyed.
Okay, what do you? Okay.
Jim gets triumph. I'm gonna destroy another panel or
Right.
Oh no, that
destroy
was the 3 threat.
threat. Okay,
Yeah.
just destroying every possible panel.
Right.
Like,
Today
we're
is not the
never
day for hackers, good or bad. And then all of a sudden, there's silence.
Okay, what do you know about these things?
I mean, we fought before.
They're really good in combat.
Well, they're not that great. They're just great they're just hard as hell to kill.
They're really good combat. I could have told you that.
Well, I'm assuming combat, but I mean, is there any special knowledge you might know about them? Because I'm assuming I don't recall running into one in any time in the near future or near past. So,
Well, there were the same droids that were defending the.
Supply depot.
oh,
Yeah.
was it? Okay.
Yeah, the
And-
really competent ones.
Yeah, and
Okay.
also the one we fought before that in like one of our first sessions.
I was thinking they were something else there.
You remember they take a beating, and they're good at computer hacking.
Yeah.
Apparently not. Oh, wait, what the hell?
No, when the
I
panel
just looked at the dice pool. I put the dice difficulty twice.
Oh. Yeah, you did.
On the droid, it had difficulty, but we'll roll with that anyway. Let's clear his dice pool. Apparently, he had
Yeah,
upgrades
I'm
on
sure
the
you're
difficulty.
happy with the triumph.
the-
I'm sure there's something bad there.
It's the running. No panels allowed.
And slowly, you guys are sitting there for like 60 seconds, ready for death to open the door, and it's just quiet.
I'm watching over at our the store over here.
It's so quiet, you can practically hear the hiss of air sizzling through the environmental shield.
Are we losing air in this room?
As you kind of look at the shield, and you can see every now and then there's like dime-sized openings that are just there for a second. But apparently when this guy shorted out the panel, maybe it pulled some of that draw out of the power supply that was feeding the shield.
Oh, fuck.
And it's been 60 seconds of silence, except for the fact that Kay's hair is kind of wisping towards that shield and the bubble there. I mean, on the plus side, this door is closed. You can totally seal and close this door to save your oxygen. Or you can stay in here and just wait till all the air is gone. It's going to pull out the air from both rooms.
Well, let's
like to
seal
move.
this door, and there's another door over here, right?
There is another door over there.
Well, it's
Okay.
another hangar, but we can't go anywhere because that's a wall.
Well, that's a door. That's one of those big double hanger doors.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
both of these have those.
Well, okay. Well,
Is this a door as well?
Is where?
apparently.
This,
Up
that
there,
that
yeah.
is a door as well. That's basically where normally pilots would go in and out. This is the command and control's little bubble room.
Yeah, or you can try to come around behind them.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, Quinn,
know.
you gonna open the door?
So since we're on a space station, does that count as ground or air?
It counts as ground.
Okay, Mandalorian, what's your call?
Yeah, yes.
Uh,
So these are doors. I didn't think they were. So.
Those are doors.
But they're big blast doors.
They're those big double blast doors, you know, that you see the guys come through when shit's hit the fan. Here, let me put that there for you.
Or do you want to try to go back through the small door?
I mean, the problem, we don't have any visuals, so we can't tell where he's facing.
Nope.
I would say that he
I'll be back in a
probably.
minute.
All right. But this room's
when it's-
obviously not safe to be
Yeah,
fighting.
I would say that we go back into the hangar with our ships and close the door over here.
Yep. I agree.
And then maybe go through this door since he was facing this way and then went down the other way. Maybe by going in this way we can try and either get the jump on him, or if he's, maybe patrols down the opposite direction, we might be able to sneak past. Unlikely, but it's worth at least consideration.
Yeah. Well, more room to fight.
Never hurts
Worst
to
case
try.
scenario.
Okay, so you guys are basically sealing the door, pulling out the fob, and running over to there.
Yep. Closing this door.
Okay, so you close that door, you feel this like thump of air stop seeping immediately, and you see the little blue sparkle of environmental shield sealing it shut just in case. And as you guys run, because you did wait in silence a while, as you run up here, you clearly see through the windows that are in the door
Oh, wow.
a mechanical face step up right pretty much as you guys are running there. Almost like he had the same idea of, these fuckers closed the door. I'm gonna go to the other door.
Oh no!
As
That's
it basically comes walking right up as you guys do, in like pure horror movie fashion. You're running up to the control panel and its face just pops into view with glowing photoreceptors. And yes, they're angry imperial red. Dun 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 dun.
Damn it! I really want to be able to use my EMP grenade right now.
Well, now you totally could. I mean,
You can run to the ship, but
I feel like that's still not good in the room with the shaky environmentals.
as long as you don't hit a control panel, you're fine.
Yeah, if I roll despair, it's just gonna hit another control panel.
Yeah.
Just no control panels are allowed to exist on this entire station.
oh, that would be horrible. Don't do that. All I gotta say is, don't do that.
Aye.
Yeah, I see his eyes. I'm pulling my freaking gun out. Or I have my gun out. I'm just... I freaking hate having shootouts with these guys. It never ends well for me. And I've got a tiny gun this time.
You
Normally I've
can
got my-
totally go back to the ship and grab your big gun since you know he's there. I mean, think about it.
I got my rifle. I got my stim. You're good.
Okay, so he's at the door. You guys are at the door. You made it first. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna bolt back to the ship. I'm gonna grab my gun.
Okay. So what is Kay
what?
gonna do?
I don't know. We're waiting. Okay, he stepped away.
I'm back.
And Rigger
Uh-oh.
comes in and jacks this guy from behind and saves the day.
Right. Whoop,
Or
grabbed the
worse,
right one.
all of a sudden Rigger comes out and her paint job dissolves away, showing Imperial black, and her photoreceptors turn red, and her little Decepticon symbol changes.
Oh, the toaster's talking. Shit. Shoot it.
Okay, so what's Kay gonna do? You clearly
so we
see
walk-
the KX is right there on the other side of the door through the windows.
Yeah. Annis is going back and grabbing his big gun from the ship.
And its little mouth thing is moving like it's either talking or it's radioing someone, by the way.
Yeah, we
That's
need
not good.
this fucker.
I mean,
Yeah.
when it looked through the window and saw two Y-Wings, it kind of can confirm that there are rebel forces on the station.
No. He's mistaken.
We are space trash. We are not rebels. We are space trash. We are meat popsicles.
That's It's either he drops it or he opens or we open. So,
I'm not opening until I have a bigger gun.
oh well.
And Kay, you have the security fob. You could. All kind of seeing what's going on right now. There's very little shock. There's much horror.
Now the question is, do I have a round to prepare before Kay opens the door?
That's up to you guys. Said you started the giving you that you had prepared on your gun already. Because you said you're squeezing the trigger and starting the barrels going. So I was giving you as a gimme. I'm giving you that you've got it prepared.
All right, cool.
So if that's what you're worried about, it's already taken care of.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then I'm just walking towards the door and I'll be all like, Kay, open it.
So Kay, we do need you to roll initiative too.
Okay.
Yeah, roll your initiative.
It's cool because you're prepared for danger. All 4 of you are prepared for danger.
I'm in danger.
Save me.
That's all right. Good to have an anchor.
Oof, I forgot how tough those guys were.
Yeah, I was looking at whether I wanted to use my sniper rifle or my big gun, and my sniper rifle has pierce, but my big gun does 2 more damage. So, and there's auto fire.
Quantity over quality. So you guys are first. I mean, who would like to go first?
Well, does Kay need his turn to open the door?
Yes.
Yep.
He'll need to stick the fob into the door to open it.
I think Kay should go first, open the door.
He's got to stick his dilly bobby into the hole.
I will.
Okay, so you're running up to the door and putting it in?
Yep.
Okay, so the door opens up with a nice, huge, beautiful foomp of stale air that's not so stale. Okay, so who's going next?
I would like to unleash hell.
Yep. Do what you can do, man.
I don't think you should go next. That's totally just me thinking as a GM, but if you must, you must.
Unleash.
Okay, so you are...
Oh, you got there before I did.
I'm flipping it.
Okay, so I was just checking your range. You are at short range still. That's going to be ugly.
I would like to aim.
Okay. I will give you the blue dice for aiming. So I've got 1 purple, 1 upgrade, and 1 blue dice. Give me what you got. Come on. All these triumphs have been happening. You know you're going to roll one. Come on. What?
But we'll take that.
I shot him. That was
you
all
did shoot him. Okay, let's see. Nice, massive soak.
14 damage. I don't care if you got a big soak, I got bigger damage.
Okay, so you're shooting him full of holes. He's not quite oily, as they would say in 4th edition, but he's almost oily. As you blast a bunch of holes through him.
Cool. That advantage, I'm going to pass a blue dice to the next person to shoot.
Okay, the important thing is now he has you as his target of opportunity because he's like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
That's okay. I've got lots of hit points, and I'm wearing my ARC Trooper armor.
Ho, and cocky, too. Gotta make sure to give you a point back.
I do have a point of defense for my ARC Trooper armor.
Okay, so defense 1?
Yeah.
As he's glancing over, knowing it's coming at the dock, like, oh,
and it's, of course, aiming because it's just standing and it's going to exchange fire with you Terminator style.
We're both just going to stand there screaming, shooting at each other.
So that's going to be
That is how this goes.
12 points.
God damn it.
And he's going to give the next one of you to go a black dice. As he just,
5.
fires one precise shot back that's on par with the salvo that you unleashed. As he's just like, pachink, right into your chest.
Ow.
I see you as well as almost at half-life.
Yeah.
This exchanging of fire is not a good lifestyle choice. So who's going next?
Gee, I wonder.
As these two jamokes have shot each other up.
We literally just both standing in the doorway at close range with unnecessarily large weapons just shooting at each other.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to call you Dr. Quinn, Soliston man. I just thought of that. It's been how many games and I just thought of Dr. Quinn?
Right?
Okay, so you see these guys paced out like 10, 15 feet away, shooting each other to shit. Kay's looking at you, you're looking at Kay. The kid gets shot in the chest, and you're just like, what did we walk into?
Okay, so that advantage that I'm passing off to the next person to shoot is me yelling, shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him!
He's like, someone join in on this, because this war of attrition's not going to be healthy.
For either party. Quinn, you shoot him now or you patch me later.
And as it takes that shot, you clearly hear this like pre-recorded Imperial law message playing very quietly that by Imperial Code 592714, all resistance forces should surrender to this droid immediately and turn yourself into Imperial justice.
So I'm into the Y-wing there, kind of behind a strut, but
trying to take some kind of cover.
Yep, that next to Ian is there, and we are going to stimming this for 7 points.
Ooh, because you are a stim master.
I am a stim master.
For 7 points?
7 points.
Holy crap.
Like I said, he is a stim master.
You gave me the world's greatest doctor.
Yeah, well, we're not done yet. So wait, I need to make a 2. If you would please set that up.
Okay, I've got 2 purple and a blue. Because he gave a blue to the next one of you guys to go.
Oh, yeah. You did. And my medicine, because my pack also gives me a blue, so that's an automatic. I already got that in.
Okay.
Shoot him, Quinn. Shoot him. No, that's your job.
As Quinn comes up and patches you to keep you on your feet.
Yeah. And so we... Oh, look at that.
Wow.
So we candidly make my simple medicine check for stim application.
Yes, and what does that do?
Which, but you're going to get to increase one of your characteristics by 1 for the encounter.
Nice.
And what would you like to do for that triumph?
Can you increase a second characteristic?
I'll give you 2 different characteristics.
Oh, well, shit. Hell yeah.
Because that'll give me agility to do more damage and brawn to take more damage.
I'll pump his ass up, yeah.
Okay, so you give him your Soliston Bane. You shoot that venom right into his bloodstream. His eyes roll back and his muscles and tendons start to tighten and swell.
And I continue to scream while holding down the trigger on my minigun.
So yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. This is insane.
Better living through chemistry. So who's going to go next? Top of the order.
I mean, I'm cool if y'all want to let me shoot him first.
I can
Nice.
totally see him
That
saying,
I'm
"Let me
all
shoot
for.
before you close the door, Kay."
1 sec. I need to check on 1 or 2 of my maneuvers to see what they do that I get from my talents.
Checking a
Yeah.
maneuver is an important thing.
Check your shit and see what you got.
Okay.
Especially
Let's see.
now
Let's
that
see.
I
Let's...
pumped you up.
Show me what you got.
I want to pump
You
you
up.
All right. I think it's a safe bet to say that he's probably going to try and shoot at me again, right?
You have a distinct sense that he's going to shoot at you again.
Cool. I'm going to take a sidestep maneuver then.
Okay, and what does
So I can
sidestep do?
I may suffer a number of strain up to ranks in sidestep. And I upgrade the difficulty of incoming ranged attacks equal to the number that I suffer as strain.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to suffer 2 strain since I have 2 ranks in sidestep, and he's gonna have 2 upgrades on his difficulty trying to shoot me.
So you have defense 3.
So he's river
Yeah.
dancing. Do, 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 do.
It's like in most
Well,
MMO.
Well, does that
it,
add to my defense, or does that upgrade? Because it says it upgrades the difficulty of him hitting me.
it
Yeah, it's
upgrades the difficulty.
right.
Okay.
You still
Yeah,
have
'cause
any defense and all that other shit.
Because the
so-
defense is just a black die, right?
Yep.
Upgrade
it's-
is what?
Basically, you're doing this upgrade. It turns a green in or a red for difficult, purple in difficulty to a red.
Uh,
And since you do,
I will also suffer another 2 strain
Wow.
to aim.
now, and sidestep's an incidental, right?
No, sidestep is a maneuver. That's why I
It
suffered
isn't.
the extra
Okay, so
2
you're gonna
strain
take
to
2
aim.
strains, so you can take the aim as well. Okay, so and you're firing on full auto, right?
Oh yeah. I always fire. My gun literally cannot be fired not on full auto.
I know, it was a joke. It was really just a stall tactic to do that.
Yeah, I thought you might. But we need the light side, so I figured I'd just suffer the strain to aim and then sidestep to trying to not die. I
Okay.
do get an
Okay,
extra.
die. I got
I
you.
do get an extra green though because my agility is higher.
Oh, so I will add an extra green in there for you. Thank you
Yeah.
for telling me.
Thank you. Alrighty. Are
As
you
you
good
just-
for me to roll?
Yep, as you feel the Sulistan fuel in your blood.
The Mandalorian screams slightly harder and screams slightly louder and squeezes the trigger slightly harder.
Once more with damn, and there's 2
And
advantages
that's
there.
14 and triggering.
Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so your first damage that you do, 15. He gladly soaks it, and he's like barely holding on. He's got literally 1 point left. You got like one arm swinging down loose, the other arm's got the gun with pure confidence. Holes ripped all the way through him, and the second shot just blows his cap right off. And his head kind of explodes in the shower, and he falls backwards with his toe blaster still pointing. That auto fire has saved you from getting shot, and more importantly, him stepping into the room.
Thank you for
Okay.
that.
See here, view of it, the little control panel was blinking. And Kay remembers seeing the droid's face mouth receptor blinking. Like, because they do that when they talk, it's annoying. Yeah, so you do.
All right. It sounds like we need somebody. We need to get somebody back in the sky to see if somebody's leaving the station and, deal with that.
Have I finally got to a working comm?
Yeah, this comm is fully functional. Oddly
Or-
enough, it's very well functional.
And they're patrolling outside. That way they don't launch them out, which gives us time to make our way up there.
Ooh.
Deception is not something I can do.
Well, I'm hoping somebody else has that.
I'm not bad, but I'm not good.
But are you good enough to fool a
I've got
security
one yellow
droid?
and 2 green.
Well, that's not terrible. I mean,
That's
Well, that's
pretty
above
good.
average.
Yeah, two greens, what average skill, right? So
Yeah, 2 green is average.
I mean,
What did he say, Had?
he's
One
got a
yellow
yellow
and
and
2
two green.
green.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty solid.
So I've got the difficulty set in there.
I mean, what's the worst case? It fails, and then we have to figure out what we do from there. But you know,
That should help, though.
I was walking back to my seat, so I couldn't click it yet.
Okay, so yes, I have it upgraded for you.
That way they won't launch them, and
Okay, so Kay, what is it exactly you say on the comms? Besides, we're all safe, no reactor leak here. All safe, we're fine.
How are you?
So what is exactly the deception you're going for?
In the droid voice, I'm going to say that the rebels have been eliminated.
And what would you like for your advantage before I respond?
I can get into the system a little more.
Okay, so while you're busy distracting them with babble, you're getting in the system to give yourself a blue dice for computer hack next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so immediately you hear this click clack of comm, static, and then all of a sudden, negative. You are not KX596742. In fact, I lead to believe that you are the rebel forces. Cease your attempts to infiltrate the system, or we will terminate the hostage. Imperial reinforcements are incoming.
Do we all hear this?
Yeah, it's speaking on the speaker, so.
I sort of push Kay aside a little, and I say, if we surrender, will we be held with the other hostage?
Am I to accept this as your surrender?
Yeah, you said forces were on the way. Should we surrender to them, or should we have them take us to you and then surrender to you? Like how are we going about this?
I'm Command Unit KX555. You may take the lift. I will deactivate security measures, so you may surrender yourself to my unit.
Sounds good. On our way.
Protocols will be disabled, so you can safely surrender. Your cooperation is appreciated.
Of course.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys are heading on up.
sure.
I just love how there's just giggling.
So
I thought of something in the moment, and I thought it might work. So we're gonna.
Rigger's ship with the, if I recall properly, the jamming.
The communications suite. Yep.
I like where this is going.
Yes.
So at
yes,
this point,
you do.
maybe jamming the rest of the ship, the kick that on while we're heading up there, so that there's no more comms.
I like it.
What? Well, if we do that immediately, then they might suspect that we're not surrendering, and they might turn the defenses back on. So what if we started heading up and had like Sparky turn it on? Up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that would be good, because then we'd just be like, we show up and then it's just like all comms are jammed, and then we start shooting them. Yeah, I like that plan.
Use all of our tools, man.
That's what you got the toolbox for.
Right? Sounds good.
I'm very scared to see how many Imperial droids there are. Do we have a minute to breathe while we're down here?
In fact, if you take your time getting to the lift, you indeed do have enough time to click a cool.
I would love to do that, because my cool is very good and I am in dire need of more strain.
And by dire, you mean dire.
Well, not quite dire yet, just, I am only at half strain and I'm going to really need some strain.
All right.
Oh, there was still difficulty in there. Are there supposed to be difficulty in there?
You rolled too soon. I did not clear it yet.
No problem.
Okay, it is clear now.
Alrighty.
Sorry, I was working on making the new map.
I like that roll better anyways.
Acquiring stuff from a certain game?
No, you may recognize this map from a previous session, but it's being repurposed.
I know, but these maps are from a certain game.
A certain game.
When we roll the cool, what do we regain?
1 strain per success. Nothing for advantage.
Okay. Okay, so just doesn't do anything?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's not bad, though.
And how long does his uber baneness last?
Let me look here. But yeah, I love the use of the Knights of the Old Republic.
Hey, they're great maps.
Yeah.
And they totally read Star Wars when you're playing, so.
Yep. So these are where'd it go? Here we go. Stem map. For the encounter.
Okay, so as you guys are in the elevator and you're seeing he's catching his breath, and Enos just kind of like his veins unswell. As you're totally like, apparently I got my machismo going, and I'm finally coming down. Yeah, get swifty.
You can do that again if you need to, right?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. And also, I have a stim pack on me, so if you want to use mine next time, you're welcome to do so.
Yep.
So why don't you give him the stim pack now?
Well, I like to have it on me just in case.
Well, it's right on his belt.
The doctor's in trouble.
Put it out so it's somewhere easy for him to get to, so that way he gets it as an incidental.
Everybody has them all in the same spot. Just,
combat style.
Yes.
You want the doctor to have most of the medicine, but if the doctor's the only person with medicine, then if something happens to the doctor, you're in big trouble.
Right.
Yeah, we've had that happen before.
Oh yeah.
I'm also.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I can also get a little bold sometimes. So if I'm isolated and
yeah, it's good to have it on. In combat, you always use the person's medical supplies on them. So you don't use yours, you use theirs. If they don't have it, well, other than the corpsmen. But but in real combat, that's like everybody carried their gas mask on their hip. It was there, and that's where the atropine injectors were. You use the person's atropine on them. If they didn't have their atropine in there, then
Sucks to be
they
you,
were
man.
SOL. Yeah, I mean that's the way it works. So everybody has them in a spot that I know where they're at. Whatever they have for meds.
That pocket that's got the first aid on it.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys all jump in the lift, and you get kind of that reprieve breather. Is every now and then you kind of pass a level through the windows in the lift. You can clearly see that there's other droids on other floors waiting for you, but they're all just kind of looking at you non-threateningly.
I would have probably MP made from the ship before we left, just in case.
Okay, I don't see that interfering with compliance.
And I give basically Sparky's command is a single mic click, and he activates the
Comm jam.
Nice. I like that. Okay, so are you just waiting to give him the signal?
Yeah, I got my earbud. I have an earbud mic, so basically it'll be
Yes.
if it's a quiet click, no communications, then
So you guys left the hangar for that one as you get in the whole, leverage flashback going on in the lift of what what commands you gave, as you guys clearly see level after level of garbage in this station. I mean, this station looks definitely trash. There's some levels that go straight into space.
wow, nice.
As you're totally just like, I'm glad we didn't have to fight level by level here. And the lift immediately stops, and over the lift you get this scraggly version of the voice that you heard before from the KX555. Please disembark from the lift. Make sure all weapons have been left in the lift, or you will be vaporized.
I believe this is where we stop complying.
Do you say that?
He probably gives the nod that we understand.
Yeah.
As you can clearly see, the camera's blown out and gone, so it's not like they're watching you.
Yeah.
Right.
This is where I give the you don't ask a Mandalorian to drop his weapons nod.
You're better off asking a Mandalorian to give you his mate than his weapon.
So I kind of reach my hand up to my earpiece, looking for confirmation.
Last
Click the
crackling
droid.
thing you hear is, please comply, leave your weapons behind, and follow the lights.
Alrighty. And the doors open?
And the doors of the lift open up for you.
Okay.
And of course, there's this little lift common room here, that comes in, and then this security door immediately opens up. It's all nice and lubricated and working properly, like it's been used by the Imperials or somebody else for something.
Alrighty.
And you clearly see a strobe effect of lights going this direction.
Alrighty. Click it, Quinn.
All right. Click.
As immediately you guys get kind of this hiss buzz on your comms, that it's just enough to...
And as soon as that hiss starts, I'm just going to start running out into the hallway, gun at the ready.
Okay, and you see... And the lights are just slowly pinging this way, pretty much just dark to light, guiding you on your path.
Following on down that way.
Following.
Okay, so just because you don't know what's coming, I'm going to have you roll initiative, but it's not going to be cool because it's going to be vigilance for you to be prepared for anything that could be around that corner.
Alrighty then.
Damn you, Jim.
For me, that's
because
better,
yes, you are prepared for violence, but the problem is you don't know what the situation is that you're running into.
Man, I've been
Hey, man. Oh,
I've been
no.
fearing this day. I've been fearing this day.
Oh,
Oh,
no. I'm the
I-
only one good for the, like, oh, shit moments. I can't perceive anything for shit, but I'm good for the, oh, crap. Something happens.
yeah, I
Danger.
got the cool. I do not have the vigilance.
Yeah, I'm clueless, but when shit hits the fan, I'm good with the vigilance.
Okay, so in what order are y'all running around the corner? Basically, stack yourselves up right here-ish in these 4 squares as you guys come around the corner. Especially since you're hauling ass.
I would probably start spinning up my gun as I approach the corner. I would imagine.
Oh, okay, so there's this mechanical sounds of weapons.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wine.
I like
Wine
how
could be anything.
everyone's lining up to from least
wine
wanting to
could
get
be
shot to
anything.
most wanting to get shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean, ultimately, I don't want to get shot, and I need to be the last one shot. But K is also, I think, slightly more fragile.
Yeah, I think I'm typically the one that does the shooting and the getting shot. That's
And
kind of my role.
K, just a hint, K might want to be looking for a terminal or something, maybe somewhere to do something with somewhere.
Oh no. Oh no. I come around the corner and I'm just staring him
Somewhere
down.
here, maybe.
Okay, so as you come around the corner, clearly you can see there is a armed and prepared KX droid because he did not hear you walking with compliance. He heard you running with haste and spinning up your barrel.
Oh yeah.
So yes, you got prepared, but you also have a rifle like 5 feet away, well, maybe like 10 feet away from your face, pointed at you, ready to fire.
That's fair. That's fair.
And over across the room, you see Rigger, where you saw in the video, Rigger came to a stop after rolling to a crash, sitting on the ground with just like 2 little lights blinking on her chest panel. It looks totally sad. She's got wires coming out of almost every compartment. Her little mechanical limbs are hanging out lifelessly. Kind of makes you feel sad.
Oh no.
Yeah, especially since she was supposed to be going back safely, I thought, because she's a spy.
Well, wait, that means
Or-
that somebody else is the actual spy.
I was just gonna say that, or is she?
And
I'm so confused on who's really in charge of this
oh,
runaway.
damn!
Holy shit!
Maybe you shouldn't have been running down the hallway spinning your gun.
Damn.
And I don't even know why I rolled a red there, but apparently I did.
What?
Damn. Yeah, you shouldn't have spun up yet.
You kind of ruined your ruse with your machine gun spitting up.
Should have gone in with the EMP, man.
That's
As you come running around the corner just in time to see poor Rigger, and then all of a sudden your eyes focus on the barrel pointed at your face, and it just... By the way, did you have any defense?
yeah, I have
forgot to
one.
ask.
I have one from my
Yeah, give him his damn defense.
Yeah, gotta give him his damn
I
defense.
need one fail. I need one fail.
Why do you need one fail?
Because right now that's enough damage to drop me.
Oh.
But if they get one fail, I'll have one wound left. Which gives me the chance to shoot back.
Roll that one black. Oh.
2 threats. Ooh. What am I going to give you for 2 threats? You know what? I'm going to give one of you guys a free maneuver for two threats.
Hey, Quinn.
But first, can you take those 15 points of damage before soak?
Oh wait, I forgot. I have my soak.
You have
Yeah.
soak?
A lot of soak. I'm okay.
Well, before you roll that crit, you're okay.
It's true.
Oh, that. Well.
Jim, I forgot you're a cruel, cruel man, and you make us roll our own crits.
But we may have an issue on the crit roll. We noticed in one of our other games the crit rolls were not rolling properly on Friday.
Really?
Yeah, in our
my,
Terranok game, they were coming off saying -1 on the number of crits you already have. Instead of saying 0, it's saying -1. So
wow.
go ahead and roll that beautiful crit button.
Okay, well, I currently have my crit roll offset as a -10 because in the past it was always rolling that I already had one.
Okay, so we'll go
Yeah,
ahead
but
and
you don't have it, right?
keep it that way. Just that's the same bug that we came up on another game on the character sheets too.
Although it does appear that I do actually have a critical up from earlier. It was just a 1 purple distracted.
What?
And you
We didn't get
never
that
had your
cleared?
doctor fix that?
Well, you didn't tell me. I can't fix it.
It's
I was
because
not aware that I had it.
it's because he's John Wayne and he never really says I'm not hurt.
You sure my medicine? I didn't notice the weird little gait or limp or something that, like.
You probably totally would have noticed it, except he didn't tell you about it.
Alrighty. Well, I'll have a little hurt, but it's fine.
Wait, didn't he get a triumph on his medicine earlier?
That was for his boosting the stim.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright. Here, well, I'll roll the crit.
All right. Well, that's low.
Yeah, that's not bad. So you
I got
rolled
the same thing
a
again.
yeah. Cannot
Next
perform
turn,
a free
so-
maneuver on your next turn. So that
So
shot
one time.
hit you, and it stunned you basically with that.
Well, he pretty much blasted me in the face, so I would imagine I would be a bit distracted.
Getting shot
think?
10 feet away from a powerful laser blaster, yeah, it's a little distracting. Okay, so who's going to go next now that we've had an opening salvo?
Permission to retaliate.
You're the ground commander, man. You're in charge.
Well, that or I can heal you. You
Yeah,
just
actually,
jump
Quinn, go ahead and go first.
in.
Because that'll give you the opportunity to buff one of my stats, which might help me shoot him a bit more.
Yeah. So you've already been healed once, stemmed once. So now we're at 6 instead of 7.
Yeah, that's still a lot, though.
Oh, I know.
But he's just
And,
referring to the diminishing returns part.
Yeah. Well,
And what's
having those extra.
the difficulty of your... Because I'm assuming
let's
you're going
see.
to boost, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. I guess.
You see, but Jim, diminishing returns involves an extended... I don't plan on him living very long.
No, but it's each stem. So instead of 7, you get 6 this time. It's still better than what it would be. So
Yep. It's
Yeah.
still twice as
So-
effective as it would normally be.
yeah. So take 6. So you're at 11. And actually, I did screw up on the last one. So with stim app, I'm using improved stim app, which actually instead of taking 4 strain, he takes 1 strain. But it is actually a 3 purple. So I screwed up on the last one. Didn't read far enough ahead.
I thought we rolled 3 purple.
Did you? Maybe.
I thought we
don't know.
did.
I think maybe because for 4 strain it's 2 purple, but with improved it's only 1 strain, but it's 3 purple. So
Okay, so I got 3 purple in there for you.
okay. So let me navigate to the skill check, and let's just make sure.
Ho ho ho, hedging your bets.
Yeah.
Yep, I got it in there for you.
Holy fuck!
Whoa! The best purple
Wow.
ever.
Those are some angry ass purples.
As you stim him and you stimulate his extra sensory something another, but the pumping blood from the blaster bolt just comes right out. The stim just comes right out of wherever you're pumping it in.
Yeah. No, you don't get no advantage. Sorry, dude. But you still got your points back.
Hey, That's all right. That's all right. I got some health.
Yeah.
I can take another hit unless he does what he did last time.
Right.
The important thing is you got some wounds back.
Yeah.
Second
Those are
in
some angry
line.
ass purples.
Those are the meanest nasty
Angry ass
purples.
purples.
Yeah, I want to shoot back.
And go ahead and take 2 strain for your medicine check there.
Okay.
I like
All
that.
right.
Basically, you're getting stressed because you saw him get shot. You applied the emergency medical attention, and you're just like, oh shit, it didn't work. Because he just bleeds all through your hand, all that stim coming out being wasted. Whole
My
bones moment
turn.
there where you're like, damn it. If you want to go next,
Yeah.
or if you want to let Kay go next. I hope you want to go next.
First of all, I'd like to do this.
Oh,
Next,
Okay.
I acknowledge that I'm probably not going to take him down this turn, so I'm going to burn 2 strain to take a maneuver, and then 2 strain to sidestep to upgrade his attack on me by 2.
okay. Well, remember, if you do... okay, so you're taking a maneuver and a sidestep, or your maneuver is the sidestep?
My maneuver is the sidestep, but I don't get my free maneuver because of the
Oh,
thing.
yeah, you were absolutely right, because of the crit.
Yeah,
At first, I was
that's
just
4
making sure
strain.
you weren't overcharging yourself, but no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I just don't want to get shot back at.
Well, you're gonna get shot back at, but
Harder for him to hit me.
exactly.
And then I think I'm going to need to unleash hell on.
Okay, so I've got your upgrade. I'm assuming you're not spending 2 more strain for a maneuver.
No, I am not.
Okay, I got your difficulty in there for a full auto shot.
Nice.
Wow, that is nice. Wow,
It's
that's...
going to be 15 damage twice.
Okay, so Soka 7. So that's going to be 8. And I think it's... Yeah, that's over the magic number. Actually, with your anger blast you. And here on the floor, little Rigger's one mechanical limb pops thumbs as you just wobble, and all the lights go out.
Oh no!
And we don't have not much, but
Okay, looks bad. You're gonna have to She looks bad.
Okay,
I have patches.
You can look up in the ceiling and first proton torpedo.
I got repair patches on me, so
Oh, it looks like it's beyond repair patch. The repair patch may do some stuff, but won't do anything, functional. And a sinus
Fortunately,
transplant.
it's a droid, so
And maybe maybe if you put a spleen in there, it'll help.
Fortunately, droids have less time pressure in terms of healing.
all right. Is there a ship in here then?
There is no ship in here, but there is the subtle glow of an environmental shield that's been reinforced. Over here, you kind of look and see that there's a actual generator plugged into the wall. It's almost like someone reinforced the equipment in here. There's a radio comm relay plugged into the wall for long distance communication. And as you guys look, and is somebody going to run up to poor Rigger?
Oh yeah.
Quinn's going to slap on a emergency mechanical patch just to see the patch.
I know, man. Throw a patch
sparks
on.
and connects, and you hear some stuff happen inside, but none of her lights turn on. You just see some sparks and twitching. As immediately through this viewport, you see an Imperial cruiser pop in, one of the smaller ones, the little, the third size down from the big boys.
What is it, like an Architans?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So it's basically a destroyer. It's got lots of guns. It could probably destroy the station. But you see hyperspace a nice safe distance away, and you see a speck in space. And then all of a sudden, the speck seems to be tractor beamed and being pulled into the ship.
Like,
Like the
escape
ship
pod type
like the
spec?
ship that left this bay,
So like the Y-wing.
the Y-wing, and it's captured by the Imperial ship.
Giannis immediately goes, damn it, let's go, guys, let's go!
Now the
Yeah,
jammer,
lots of
oddly enough,
reviews,
is doing
so-
a great
Pieces
job.
of rigor.
Currently, there's someone radioing the station, and they're not getting a response, and they're getting very frustrated. Are you guys going to attempt to wheel rigor back to the lift to head back to your ships?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to see if I can deceive the ship?
Yeah, Kay, do the best you can to work your magic.
Well,
Yeah,
remember,
well,
the
then while
Get
we're-
the droid downstairs.
the jammer is still currently on, which is a good thing.
Oh,
Oh, actually, yeah, that's great, because that means they're getting, like, calm jammed, not... At least from the thing.
from
Oh,
the
if he's got the dongle. Yeah, that's right, you do have the dongle. Yes, you can
Right.
totally
Yes.
use the security data stick without having to do any hacking. You are absolutely right.
There you go.
Sweet, then I guess we just have my athletics, then.
Yeah.
Okay, so looks
I'll
like
help him for blue, I guess.
okay,
Yeah, that'd be...
blue die. I'm gonna totally do that since the dark side is all on my side because something could happen.
The brakes are on.
Make that athletics roll and don't fuck it up.
It's not good.
Wow. That
As-
wasn't a fail.
It did not succeed, so you basically are pushing Rigger, who's got her brakes on. So poor Rigger is being this like horrible, strenuous pain in the ass. Every time you push, it scoots back like 2 feet. So go ahead and take 3 strain for the effort.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Just him?
As-
Yeah.
Just him, yep. Actually, no, both you guys, since you've assisted.
Oh
Might as well
my
give
God.
you some of the love too.
Oh
As
my
you guys are pushing Rigger, and Rigger's like having spasms and Tourette wheel syndrome. So you guys get to the lift. Kay waves the dongle, and you guys basically tell the lift to take you back to the floor that you were on, right?
Yeah.
You tell it to bypass all those other floors full of scary Terminator droids.
Oh,
Quickly.
Okay, so it goes woof, 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 down. You guys see, your ships. You get down to the lift. You've got Rigger with you, who is still being a pain in the ass and not cooperating. Go ahead and are you getting assisting in the pushing again?
Yeah.
please.
Okay, so Kay, as they're pushing, you can come out. What are you doing?
I'm one, scanning to see if everything's where we put it, and 2, prepping my ship for quick launch.
Okay, so you scan, the area. You guys go ahead and give me another athletics as you're pushing everybody's favorite astromech.
Oh, and I'm going to stealth.
Oh, you're gonna stealth. Wow, seriously, guys. For a Mandalorian, you don't have big muscles.
I do not have big muscles. I would like to use that to recover some strain, please.
Recover some strain as you then take 3 more strain from the effort, both of you guys. As you're getting electrocuted and shocked because it's got raw sparks and wires going, jagged metal. Rigger has seen way better days. She almost looks like Sparky quality. So go
But-
ahead and
But coming down the elevator, could I have taken a breath?
you guys can definitely roll your cool. Let me clear the difficulty real quick for you. I will give you that. It's cheap, but I like it. So go ahead and roll your cool if you need to, and then I can give the difficulty for the stealth roll.
Hey, all right.
Okay, so Kay, I've got the difficulty for your stealth roll. As Kay thinks he's the knight. But he really made some noise tripping over the remains of the KX droid down here. So K gets down here. You guys are over here in the lift. K gets down here and he looks out the view. Everything seems to be where it should be. When you look out here, you do see that a squad of 5 TIE fighters are peeling out of the ship.
Oh, crap.
And if you would like to get in your craft, you surely can. Well, the guys are going to wrestle to put Rigger in her socket on one of the ships.
I don't think putting Rigger in her socket's a good idea. I think we should just throw her in one of the cockpits because, like, she's kind of in pieces, right?
Well, it would be more difficult to get her up into the cockpit. You're
Okay.
gonna think about it. You're gonna pick her up on a ladder the size of a bunk bed ladder, and drop her in the seat, as opposed to the socket that actually has a pickup thingy.
Yeah.
Will she hold together?
Hopefully.
That doesn't sound positive. Maybe you slap an extra emergency repair patch on top.
Put a patch on what used to be her dome is now a flat top. She looks like a hollow point.
I think we'll be good there. It's just that, yeah, trying to manhandle her into a cockpit and throw her versus a lift that's made to take her and socket her in.
It's less trauma.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you guys give me a athletics roll to get her in her socket.
Oh my god. Come on, dude.
I hate you just a little right now, Jim.
What's that?
I hate you just a little right now.
Oh, well, in that case.
Wait. Oh.
Just a fraction of a second faster. I'll give you back your point. I went from all the dark side to almost none of the dark side points. So go ahead and athletics. Is anyone assisting you? As Kay's already starting up his plane saying, yeah, put her in my socket. You guys do that real quick.
Wait, what did we do? What happened here? We had 3 of them in a row. What happened? Oh, you gave me back. Okay.
I gave you back the one you flipped right after you flipped.
Yeah.
Because I flipped, then you flipped, so I gave you one back.
Yeah. I was trying.
Quinn, you're helping, right?
What's that? Yeah.
Dr. Quinn, droid medicine man.
I know.
It all in, Jim?
Yep, it's all in.
Pilot.
Okay. You guys kind of stick her on Kay's Y-wing, and, she kind of makes this noise of scraping metal as it pulls her up and puts her in position.
I'm going to use the advantage to get another strain back because...
Okay, as you're catching your breath. As you guys give Kay the thumbs up that Rigger's on board, and you guys are running towards yours as Kay's already got his engines cranking.
Yep, I'm jumping in. Are you getting in with Kay or me? You're getting in with Kay, yeah?
Yeah, you got Sparky, right?
Yep.
As Kay is kind of giving you this hand sign of T for TIE fighters and pointing out the window.
Oh, that's not good.
As you see TIE fighters, 5 TIE fighters are splitting up into 2 squads to go separate directions to basically flank the station.
This is space now. You guys are in command.
Excellent. Okay, go ahead and make your roll. I got it all set for you. Oh, wait, do not roll. Do not roll. Abort the roll. Abort the roll.
Lay the last.
Okay, now you can make your roll. I had your upgrade in the difficulty side, not the skill side.
Look at that.
So immediately you see Kay kind of bank, and he gives you the waggle as he rips on out of the hangar. What would you like for that advantage? You could totally pass it to Quinn so he could...
Oh, wait, I didn't have my blue. But it doesn't matter. I'll pass the blue on.
Okay.
Blue could give you an advantage or success, or, just roll a single blue.
Yeah. Here, I'll roll
Or
it
not?
for you.
Oh. I
Yes,
put
it-
one in the little blue dice.
So that's 3 advantage.
There you go.
Ooh.
Do you want to use 2 of those to give Quinn an extra maneuver so he can hopefully start working on his hyperspace coordinates?
Yes.
Yes.
That'll work.
Okay, and remember, I gave you an upgrade instead of a blue. Remember?
For
Oh.
what?
The piloting check. For your triumphs, instead of a blue, I gave you an upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay,
Well, that was.
sorry.
Oh,
No, it's cool. I'll give both of you guys the blue just because you guys are doing that well.
well, so yeah, so we got a problem. We got Rigger, but we don't. But they got freaking or Doug. So
Sobek.
what are we doing about that? Yeah.
About this point, as
So,
you know,
actually,
Sobek's Y-wing has been sucked into the carrier.
Quinn should start making our hyperspace coordinate calculations, and K should see if he can plant any sort of like anything at all in their computer that would allow us to identify that particular cruiser.
Oh, you can, once you turn off your scrambler, you can clearly identify it.
Cool. Then maybe we just want to like get ready, and as soon as Quinn has his coordinates ready, K can drop the scrambler. He'll send the coordinates, and K can check what cruiser it is. Because I mean, we don't really want to try and save Sobex with. I mean, it's an Architens class cruiser. It's got a bajillion, or it's got a whole bunch of TIE fighters, and it's got way too much firepower and for us to do anything about.
And there's
Okay.
clearly 5 TIE fighters looking around that just saw you guys rip out, but you guys have advantage because you're ripping around and following the curve of the station as opposed to flying out in the open.
So we'll jump to that little special nebula spot, and then we'll recalculate from there.
Okay, so average check to get you guys back over there as all of a sudden our
Okay, he turned on my right. He turned on my jammer.
his signal to
Sorry.
turn on your
I don't
jammer
have a
doesn't
jammer.
work once the jammer is on. There's boysenberry
Okay,
on
so
his screen.
I will turn off the jammer.
Okay, so Quinn, go ahead and roll me your astrogation so you share the coordinates with them, because that's just
Yep,
the
and
nice
then,
thing to do.
Yeah, I need one upgrade with Sparky help in there.
Okay, let me put the upgrade in there. Okay, your upgrade is in there. Okay,
Alright,
so you
look at
have
it.
very good coordinates that you're thinking. As I'd already typed in the answer to that question, Jason, it is the Indignant.
Wait, haven't
Dun.
we seen that one before?
Dun dun dun!
Wait, haven't we had a run-in with them before?
You dealt with the planet that it was at, but you never actually face to face with it.
Yeah.
Curious,
So somebody's
sir.
been
Curious.
spying with them for a while now. So
Oh,
we'll figure
no.
out who the hell it is.
Dun 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 dun.
Thunder Squad isn't as tight as we thought it was.
As you guys have the clearing from the station to go to hyperspace, you guys slide forward the hyperspace, and you back to the outside of the nebula where it's not 3 purple, which is a nice safe distance to the outside as you're seeing the beautiful, corrosive, acidic, burny nebula there. And then you can easily make the jump back from there with your pre-recorded stuff in your nav computer.
Yep.
Because Sparky's like, I didn't delete it, boss. As Sparky looks over at the other Y-Wing and makes this sad look when he sees Rigger, or the pieces of Rigger. And just gives the whoa, whoa,
Right?
as he types a message on your computer that says, "I've recovered from worse." That's droid sympathy there. She'll be fine. Couple weeks in an oil bath and a 80% replacement, she'll be fine.
That's not good coming from Sparky, though.
He's not a very good judge of character, I know. Okay, so you guys get back to the base. What do you tell the base? I mean, what have you communicated with them?
Well, we let them know we're coming back, I guess. But
Yeah, we say, well, I mean, I guess as, you know, I'll basically radio Pappy and basically say, hey, we're on our way back. We located our commander and our droid, and we managed to rescue the droid, but the commander and his Y-wing are currently being held on the ISN Indignant, and the firepower of the Architens was a little above our ability to deal with, especially with just the two of us.
And he's like, so you're saying we're compromised?
I'm not certain, but it would seem.
And immediately you hear him scream over his shoulder, leaving the finger on the comms buttons of, get ready to scramble all ships. We must evacuate. We need to find another safe haven. We might be compromised. What else did you find out?
Well, they were using it was an Imperial, it was an Imperial presence on a old Separatist station, mostly KX droids, but that looked like they tore Rigger the hell apart, so she's going to need quite a bit of a rebuild. We're not...
What's that squeak?
That's the sound Rigger makes.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was playing with sound effects.
I figured it was somebody on a soundboard there. That poor Rigger is, she's
Well,
trying to communicate.
I wanted to make sure it was Rigger and not like somebody listening into our conversation.
Good thought.
sorry, I noticed I was muted.
Oh, no problem.
So I'm just gonna radio in Pappy and basically let him know, hey, where was I? Yeah,
Partial success, but
yeah. It looks like they tore Rigger apart pretty good, but we recovered her. She's gonna need quite a bit of a rebuild. We're still not sure who is involved and what exactly happened, but Sobex has been captured. It looked like he was tractor beamed, so we can assume that he wasn't going willingly.
yeah, or not.
We're not sure.
The
but
seeds of doubt have been planted.
We're not certain, but it did not look like he went willingly. So there's at least that.
Dun, 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 dun. As, of course, the camera swaps to the Y-Wing being opened at gunpoint, and poor Sobek putting his legs up.
Right?
Totally awkward, but legs up.
Like, confusion, like, wait, is that right? Is that right? Wait.
Guy comes up there with the binders, not sure what limbs to cuff. Ooh, yes, you could do a warfare check.
Yeah, because that'd be confusing. Like, wait, what do I cuff? Wait, he's raising his feet, not his hands. Wait.
Oh. And Kay wants to use a light side point for his warfare check.
There you go.
Wait, how many ranks do you have in it? Okay.
I have 1 yellow and 2 green.
Okay, yeah, it's better than me. I'll help with it though, because I do at least have a yellow on it, so I'll give you a blue on it.
So you guys are going to communicate during the trip home?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say I got 1 yellow, 3 green.
Oh, so that might be. Yeah, it sounds like Quinn's actually the best at it. So maybe K assist Quinn. Knowledge warfare?
Yeah.
Why do we all have one rank in knowledge warfare?
Because in case you're separated, you want to be Rambo. So
Yeah.
is that going to
Soldier.
give you an upgrade or no?
Well, if I did it, it
blue.
would just be an upgrade because we're both 1 yellow. So
Okay, so it's just be a blue then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much any way we roll it, it's just a blue added. As y'all are
Yep.
discussing what events that led up to this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll, and I'm hoping for successes so I can fill in some gaps.
Not, it's Dr. Quinn, man. I'm like the jack of all trades.
Dr. Quinn, Warfare Doctor! G.I. Joe! Okay, so as you guys are discussing it back and forth between the four of you, you guys are kind of putting things together. Maybe there's a reason Sobek always came back alive. Maybe. Maybe when Rigger admitted to being possibly hacked and disappeared and memory loss, that maybe her squad leader she trusted, overwhelmingly was able to get a hold of her and put her in compromising positions. Maybe he was using her as a patsy.
Right.
And remember, he was totally about not wiping her memory.
Yep. So I had to take her out so he could blame her and get back. Yeah. Yeah.
Or possibly because she's a depository of knowledge.
Yep.
I was really starting to develop a friendship with my co-commander, but right now I'm feeling a lot closer with the doctor.
However, there's this moment of hesitation of the fact that he never blatantly betrayed you guys. And the thought that if he really wanted to betray you guys, he could have attacked you guys.
God knows
that would have blown his cover.
Yeah, that would blow his cover for long-term effects. So,
True.
yeah, no.
But there is a hint of hesitation because, obviously if he betrayed you guys, the Empire could have been on your base right now destroying it. And you guys are talking to them that they're getting ready to evacuate, and they're running into no opposition. So there is that inkling of suspicion that he's not totally a traitor.
Yeah, and his Y-Wing was tractor beamed, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they just weren't assisting or playing a part. You never know.
And you guys do remember what he did on his leave, right?
Which was it?
He was trying to find information about his parents, who the Empire had as conscripts for labor.
Oh.
So I'll throw the heart tug he feels out there as suspicion as well.
Yeah.
So I'm
still feeling a lot more trust with the guy who keeps stemming me, though.
Always trust your emergency medical physician.
Like, if Quinn wanted to kill me, he could just pretend to be a little less good at his job.
Totally switch out the drugs to give you drugs that cause you to pass out from stim.
Yep. No. Yeah. I'm. The flight surgeon. I'm all good, man. Like I said, I'm a jack of all trades. I'm good at gunning. I'm good at healing. General knowledge. I mean.
I hope the team can at least trust the Mandalorian who runs headfirst into every firefight.
You've been good to put your face in there for the bullets, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not 100% sure if you guys heard in real life, Duncan's going to have to drop from the game because of work.
Okay.
His new job has him going in at 4 a.m. on Sundays, so he's not able to pull a late night and then do 4 a.m.
That's unfortunate.
But I will be a total jerk and say the spy for the Empire thing was part of his background for his character.
Oh, wow.
But it was to get his parents freed.
I see.
Okay.
See, out of game, I was totally had a different idea that he was going to play for half the session before he had to go to bed. But unfortunately, he couldn't because he was just needing to crash. that he was going to
Yeah.
lead a mission and then turn on you guys and maybe eject the Mandalorian out of his Y-wing before betrayal.
Well, at least I would have had my 24-hour air, which
Right.
now don't have.
But
Shit.
you guys get back right out to orbit of Mudball as you see your Corvette cracketing out of the orbit. You know, it's getting the hell out of there. You see the base. There's some small poofs as demolition charges destroying your remains of your base. You know, since they consider it burned. You know, it's basically burned.
Right.
If he was a spy, that this location is done. So
Yeah,
they
we don't wanna
basically
leave
are rocketing
assets.
off to space, asking for you guys for an escort. And once you guys find a safe spot, they're going to stop and hopefully get Rigger back together. Who, by the way, in real life couldn't make it tonight because she had a family obligation to go to.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I totally use you as a hostage, just like I always joke if you don't show up to a game.
Yeah. No, I mean that's all good. But yeah, I did know about him
Duncan.
having to leave. So
Yeah,
that
so we're
sucks.
going to be losing our wing commander.
Maybe,
Which-
hey, I was just saying that I'm sitting on a lot of experience after I get this dedication. Maybe I'll just have to hop into squadron leader.
So
He's
you're
gotten
gonna
it-
try to fill that spot?
Uh,
Pick up somebody?
I figure we'll have a session or two without it until we get somebody in, but I was still hopefully going to give Duncan a week or two to see how his works out.
Okay.
If he can do the game. I'm really hoping he can, but I'm honestly he said he can't. So when Duncan says something, it's 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So potential.
Yes, we have the
find
potential to
a
get a fifth member back to the team.
somebody lucky enough to join Thunder Squadron.
Dun 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 dun. As you guys have this sad panning camera as the cruiser's going and like 5 or 6 ragtag vehicles because somebody piloted your ship for you rather than leave it behind.
Yeah. Because what are we at? What are we now? Are we 1 or 2 for?
In renowned, you're 2
Yeah.
go heading towards 3.
Okay. Down
So
2.
you guys have
So-
kind of put the pieces together about there's a scene where Sobek's sitting there talking to Rigger and puts a disc in Rigger and Rigger acts kind of weird and you're connecting the Kaiser Sose moments. But the fact that he didn't betray the base because you guys escaped and the probe that they left behind to monitor for Imperial activities never triggered that anyone showed up on the planet. Kind of
Okay.
gives the sad crew doubt that he's a traitor, but the fact that he's a traitor.
Yeah. Well,
It's
good
almost
joke
like he
later.
picked and chose what he betrayed.
Right.
Or
Okay. So
maybe he had faith in Thunder Squadron getting out of the trap.
yeah. So reluctant trader. So
The only thing that helped him make his escape is when you guys had that long pause for a minute where the KX droid was trying to hack the panel and broke the panel, and then had to walk around and was getting ready to open that door for him to escape.
right. Right.
Whereas he bluffed his way past KX555, saying, I'm heading out to meet the Imperial forces. Unfortunately, he went out and met the Imperial forces.
Man, and y'all were mad at me for sharing some definitely not important information with a definitely not shady.
Okay, too soon.
And to think our Imperial swapper is the one more loyal than our commander was.
Hey.
And of course, everyone's just sad for losing Sobek. You know, whether for good or for bad, he was a valuable member. He rescued many people.
Yeah.
He kept me alive.
His flight experience will be missed.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Definitely. So, question. So now that we're down 2, do we have official ranks within the resistance?
In the Resistance, you guys are basically lieutenants.
Okay.
You're all officers. Nobody knows who the superior officer at the moment is, but you guys definitely are all officers. So most people will listen to your orders.
Okay. Just curious, because I know that was one thing, I think, if I remember right, when it talks about like your with that is
The ranks of
like
duty.
getting ranks and stuff like that. So, but I would think in general order, like as doctor, I would probably have a fairly high rank, but it would only come into play when the actual flight commander's not there.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah,
medical officer, but you're still an officer.
Right, because usually medical officers rank pretty high, but they're subordinate to the actual
Combat.
operations person until
Mm-hmm.
they're not there, and then you got the ground officer. But I would think that would still be before the
yeah. Well, I mean, I
person.
already have the sort of the leadership. I mean, leadership is my highest skill, so I already have that there. So if we need, I can sort of step in as just general overall commander. It's just that Sobex and I had both taken that career tree, so we just
Right.
sort of split down the command because it worked better. But I can definitely fill that role if it is needed because I have the skills for it. I'm just not
Oh, definitely.
great at flying, but I have a decent agility, so I could be better at flying.
As they're like, get that man on the simulator now!
Yeah. Well, and like I said, we'll see if we bring somebody else in what they want to do, and then we'll play from there. But I would say at this point, as the ranking leader-ish person, you'd probably, step in to, control. But I don't know that it's worth you spending points on
Because that is a lot of points.
piloting.
Like I said, I'm a good enough pilot.
Right. So I don't think you.
Yeah, I also kind of like the sort of the whole like I'm the leader, but I'm also the tail gunner because I want to keep you guys safe from getting shot down while you're
Right.
flying.
Right. You could be the de facto base main leader overall. I'm a better pilot, so I can be the squad kind of leader, but still you're the main just because you have those skills.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you're primarily ground. I got experience in I have 15 now.
Hey, hold on. Where's duty again? Under what tab?
It's under
the character information.
Oh, character
It's the
info.
very first one, yeah.
Okay. So you said we got how much duty today?
You got 10 duty.
And how many experience was it?
And 25 experience.
Nice.
Mainly because you went through some traumatic shit and I gotta reward you for it.
Appreciate it.
First
Very
you blamed
much.
Rigger, then you blamed Sobek, and then Rigger's been rebuilt and partially mind wiped.
Well, I gotta figure out what I want to spend that on now. Because I was saving up XP to get a 25, so now I've got 40 experience.
Well, yeah, you're definitely gonna have to pick something
so I have 45 and 5 for duty.
Whoa.
So that's 50 plus 15 plus
20 for me.
So depending on what rigor has, we'd probably potentially bump to 3,
Yeah.
which could be promotions plus, with our renown, that also makes us more well known to the enemy. But hey, what the hell?
That could be part of the whole rigor talking. I mean, not rigor, but Sobek talking about you guys.
Right?
He, even though he's a reluctant spy, he just can't help but reminisce. All the good times with Thunder Squadron.
Right?
My guys were the best.
Oh.
As the camera shows Sobek sitting in a jail cell with binders on his wrists and the most disheveled look on his face. Don't worry. Don't worry. I was like totally blinked on his race real quick.
Doug.
So,
Don't worry, Doug. You'll be reunited with your family soon.
so how much does rigor have does rigor have any duty?
That's a good question. Let's find out.
I know you can look because we can't. So.
Yep.
Hey, on my way to getting that dedication, I picked up another toughen, so now I got even more health.
Nice.
Gotta be the ground combatant taking all those shots in the frickin' face.
Well, we need it. I mean, like I said, my character is very like jack of all trades, but master of nothing. Well, I mean, knowledge is good, but I can heal. I have good knowledge, but I still can shoot well. I still have good shooting, so.
Rigor is at 25, by the way.
25. So
yeah.
that was what? 50, 15. So that's 50, 65. And then you had how much?
25.
So what are we, short 5? Is that my quick math?
Wait, so I got 20, Rigger's got 25. How much did you say you got, Quinn?
I got 15.
Okay, so that's 45 plus 15 is 60, and then plus, what did you say you had, K?
He's 50, right?
I have 50.
Okay, so that puts us at 110. So that's over.
Okay.
So you have enough duty to flip the script.
Yeah, so basically we drop everything back to 0, right? And then we up our contribution rank?
Yep.
Cool.
So
Back to 0 or minus 100 from everybody?
Well, it's it's 100 total. So you guys bank it
well,
together.
We've got 110, so does somebody keep 10?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and have Rigger keep 10.
Cool.
Okay.
So the rest of us drop to 0, and we'll up
So
our
we're now renowned 3.
Well, it's contribution rank 2.
You're now up to 3.
Yeah, we now bump to 3. It continues to increase.
We were 2 before?
You were 2 before, yep.
I thought we'd only gone up by 1.
Nope.
We start off at 1.
Well, no, you start out at 0, but since a lot of people had completely lost track of their duty, I went ahead and just said, okay, you guys already hit 1 back when we made you guys go to 2.
Okay. Alrighty, then in that case, since we're at 3, we can get some really cool stuff.
So do you want to cash it in for gear, a new base, a new ship?
Yeah. So
well, I mean,
we can kind of use a new base.
Yeah, but I would say we might want to take a minute to, like, think about it, maybe chat about this when we have Rigger back.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can always do the group chat on Facebook, too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So that puts us at, what's the base, 4 plus, right? So, right?
Well,
is that
contribution
0
rank
4, right?
Well, your rank will be 3 now.
No, rank 3, but I'm saying I'm thinking the not skill, the
restriction.
Yeah,
rarity goes up
Rarity.
to 5.
It starts at 4, right?
Yeah.
So 4, 5, 6, 7. So rarity 7.
Which is pretty damn
items,
high.
which is whether that's ship, gear, or whatnot.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then age. So this is Age of Rebellion.
I mean, I would like to, if I can, get the biofeedback system for my ARC Trooper armor, because it'll increase my strain by 4. Which, my strain is only, 14 when my wound is.
Yeah.
So that would do a lot.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see if anybody has other suggestions, but I mean, trying to find online real quick what all Renown does, because 3 puts it pretty high.
You're now a well-known. You're like Rogue Squad during Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
People know about your squad.
Oh, you said it's rarity 7?
4, 5, 6, 7. Or gear 7.
Yeah, I mean, as rarity 7 is enough to get a jetpack, and that would.
He's like,
I mean, I'm a Mandalorian. It's sort of. I feel like it's almost a requirement.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. If you watched Rebels, how long did it take Sabine to get a jetpack of her own?
Yeah. I could also get Mandalorian armor, which doesn't actually give me any better stats than the ARC Trooper armor, but it does give me more hard points.
Because it's all about the wonderful toys.
But honestly, I kind of like the ARC Trooper armor better because it also has link and comfort. I carry a lot of shit.
Right.
Yep. Okay. We'll definitely come over to Facebook and find out what you guys want to cash in for, whether it's gear, ship, or base. Time for any of the 3. I'm just saying.
Well, what I was thinking is that we already kind of have a little transport ship. Could use that at least somewhat as a bit of a base.
Or you could forget.
Yeah, it's an okay.
So
the option would be, for rarity 7, pretty nice ship. Research on options.
You can also do some research on some.
There's a gun for each of you. We only need 1 pilot.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't complain about that, especially considering we see losing pilots.
Yeah.
But see, thankfully, Rigger's back to fighting shape.
Our missions, they might choose not to be a pilot and be something to ground-based or single ship missions.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Well, I will. The 929 light. It has lots of guns. It has a pilot and a co-pilot and 2 gunner options. It's got decent passenger and consumable capacity. It's got short sentry range. It's got gun cannons. It's got light blaster cannons. It's got concussion missile launchers. So it's always a good one. It's got double forward shields, 1 aft, and 4 armor.
27.
23 hull trauma, 13 system strain. I'm checking real quick. Seem to find where the rarity is. I don't think it's that high.
Rarity
though.
should be by price.
price. It is a rarity 6, actually.
No, there you go. Well, throw it in the chat on Facebook so we can look at it.
It's
of
only a hard point, but from what I've seen of it, it's one of my favorite ships for a party in a Star Wars game because it's got everything you need because sort of freighter, but it's ridiculously well armed for being a regular freighter.
Right. Well, if we're not needing the hard points, because I don't think we're not smugglers, so we don't need all the smuggler stuff. So spots for that. So throw it in the Facebook chat so we can look at it and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and we could use that last hard point to, if we wanted to, just slap on a big gun or proton torpedo launcher.
Or track. Yeah.
Well, we already.
Unless we're all just going in the one ship. So.
Well, I mean, that's the other option is that if we do have more pilots, we have a big ship, fighter escort.
Yeah.
Qualification lets you dock a ship onto the ship.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think it's big enough for a hangar bay.
No, not a hangar bay, just a dock.
You can have a column.
It's a column that the cockpit opens up in the ship.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, just put that ship information. You don't need everything, but the in the Facebook chat.
Everybody would see.
Look at it. Yeah. So I'm not real familiar with that particular one. So. Good.
929.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I see it. All right. So you said 25 experience?
25.
Okay. And so we're all lieutenants. Any promotions going to 3 or?
Not yet.
Jim, is that did we get an extra piece of equipment, or did we get an extra reward for that additional contribution rank, or are we just saying that we're higher?
No. When that's what we've all been talking. The reward when you peak and hit another rank, you get either a piece of equipment, base, or vehicle.
Well, I was just saying because you said that we had an extra contribution rank in there somewhere because I thought we were only at 2.
Oh, that was
no, we'd already gotten stuff.
That was the stuff you've already gotten, greedy pants.
No, for
yes, you've only spent 1 rank's worth, but you spent now 2 ranks worth. But we basically just said as a free, you guys got 1 rank just because everyone was there. All right. So we just considered it a wash, and yes, you're rank 2.
I've been very disciplined about my duty numbers. Thank you very much. And my obsession numbers, actually, or my.
Some folks only had 5 on their character sheet after multiple sessions, so they were not. So that's why we just said, okay, you hit rank 2 with the good things that you've done, and okay, cash it on rank 2, rank 3 and 4. Extra stuff for your greedy band.
Yeah, the sad thing is, as we keep going up, like I said, that makes us much more well known and more of a nemesis to.
Now Imperial Aces look for you guys because you guys have names.
Yeah. Well, we're not anonymous anymore.
Well, considering how many of them we've killed.
Mm-hmm. And seeing as now that Sobek's been turned traitor, I mean, it's almost like we may have to go to Sullust to try to rescue some other people's parents that are known in the Empire.
Hey, that would be another thing that would be helpful to have the YV-929, because it's got passenger capacity. Your parents could just hang out on board.
As you get to your ship and you're like, do I take my co-pilot? One of my parents. As he shoots the co-pilot.
Yeah.
They raised me, you monster. Okay, guys, so we'll definitely call it a night because we have power game to almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Nice. That's not a bad thing.
Yes, but sadly, it's why we lost poor Sobek.
Aww.
A 3-hour nap before working for 8 hours is not acceptable, at least for long-term survival.
But I was much younger then.
So was I. I've been doing far and far less all-nighters lately.
Right?
Later, guys.
All right. Things to think about. All right, guys. Good
All right.
job.
Think
Thanks.
about it. We'll chat about it in the chat and figure it out because we'll be back in 2 weeks.
All right.
All right. Later, guys.
Later. Night.
Bye bye.